Hello, everybody. And 80's here. How you going, 80?
All right, pal. I'm good. Very good.
Good on you, mate. I thought we'd do the flip side this time. It's my evening, your morning this time. So I'm waking you up early in the morning.
Well,
Actually, it's not early.
in my case, it's not that early. It's 11 o'clock. So it's like I've been up for ages. I've been out. I've done all sorts. So yeah.
Oh, good on you, mate. Nice one. Well, I'm glad. I'm very, very glad that you can come and join me, mate. So I'm eternally grateful, and I'm sure everybody who comes in today be equally as grateful for us to have you here, mate, and have a bit of a natter as we splash some paint on some. I take it epic.
Oh yeah. I've got. I'm doing more of these epic building things. I've already painted some of them, like these.
Yeah.
There we go. Can't see it terribly well, but there you go. They come off the city crushers. They're like plastic gargants are awesome that Troublemaker Games make, and you've got these buildings come as part of those, part of the capital crushers, which are the bigger ones. And I've already done 2 sets. I'm going to paint up a third, and then I'll be adding that to my tiny collection of epic terrain.
Tiny. I can't believe it's tiny, mate. So yeah.
It is tiny. It's basically I haven't got much at all. I mean, that's the thing. I mean, because I haven't because I've not gamed or anything like that. I mean, for such a long time, and I've really been concentrating on painting up armies and stuff. I mean, I haven't got a board. I've not got not really got any terrain or anything like that sorted. So I'm gonna have to think about getting something together so I can actually, if I find an opponent or can cajole someone into playing me, then I can actually play on table here at the house. It'll be quite nice.
Yeah, good on you, mate. I thought you and Jonny were getting together and doing something.
Well, I mean, we'll see how it goes. I've no idea really. I mean, he said he'll send me a message and we'll try and sort something out. I mean, the only problem that I can see is if there is such a problem, is that he lives about 80 miles away from me, so it's quite a long way really. But we might be able to sort something out, but we'll see. I mean, don't know.
Yeah, we'll see, mate. Hey, Danny, how you going, mate?
Oh, Danny.
I'm not bad, mate. How are you, gentlemen, this morning?
Now we're three.
How are you?
I'm not bad at all, thank you.
Good on you, mate. Is it really dark outside out there, Danny, or is that just the door closed?
It's the door closed. It's actually really, really bright out there. If I open the door, you probably won't see me at all.
It's bright out there too.
Right out there.
Yeah. It's actually a really nice day.
Yeah.
Yeah. Sorry, mate. Sorry, guys, to keep you in such a nice climate. But I thought, why not? We'll just do it the other way around because I couldn't do it. I couldn't do it tomorrow, and I can't do it Monday. So it's now or never. So thanks very much for joining us, as well as the people in the chat. If you're coming in, I don't think there'll be many people coming in today, and I don't blame them because they're probably doing something more important than coming to say hello to us. They've probably got family commitments or what have you. But we do have Sci-Fi and Nurgling in here. And
good. Hi, guys.
Yeah, that's nice. So Nurgling says, just what I need to get me through my car's MOT.
Oh, yeah. Hey, MOTs are awful.
And Sci-Fi says, I managed to get up at this ungodly hour. Well, 11 o'clock, what are you talking about? Ungodly hour.
Yeah, that's not bad. Sort of pretty much the afternoon. I've been up. I think I woke up about 7:30 this morning.
Yeah, mate, you're like me. You get up early then. Yeah, you're like me. So some
I've been outside. I've raked all my grass and everything else like that already this morning. Got it ready for spring.
Good. Nice one. Yep. I've just been painting here, or doing stuff with my son. But it's been pretty overcast and miserable here today. Actually, we had 2 beautiful, really warm days last weekend, and then it's just been it's just been going shit house from there. So that's normal here in spring, though. You know what I mean? We get that in here first, the heat and nice weather, and then it just goes to rain and cool. So yeah, but that's okay. The good days are coming soon. When we get into the later part of spring, that's when it starts getting warmer and better.
Oh yeah. Yeah, it's not usually bad down here. So I'm down in Poole, down the southern tip of the old Blighty and whatnot. So it's come springtime, it's not too bad. It's relatively sunny. It's a bit cold sometimes, but
yeah, good mate. All right, that's great. Well, gentlemen, what kind of topic are we going to come up with today? Because we should come up with a topic, as I don't think there's going to be a lot of people bouncing off ideas of us today somehow. So what do you reckon? What's a good topic? Or maybe someone in the chat here, the one person, I think that's sci-fi, can start us off with something, mate.
Well, you did say earlier about BattleTech terrain working for Epic, I believe he said. Oh yeah, some BattleTech buildings could work nicely for Epic.
That sounds good.
I've got to be honest, I'm not exactly sure what scale the BattleTech stuff is. I haven't seen it.
Yeah, I've known zero about BattleTech, mate.
Well, I haven't seen it, in hand sort of thing.
Yep. I have no idea.
It's supposed to be quite a good game, though, to be fair.
Yeah. A lot of people play it. I mean, they've had like just a recent version of it or something like that, haven't they? Yeah, like there is a commercial product out, you can buy it.
Well, I've got the what is it? It's like a starter set that you can get that I bought a while back.
Yep.
And but I haven't really looked at it terribly deeply, so I've been so busy with other things. But
yeah. Yeah, BattleTech is I don't know much about it, but I think it's got much more of a Emperor Jim's here. Nice to see you, mate. It's a much more crunchier system from what I gather. Yeah.
Apparently the buildings he's thinking of are from possibly Gale Force 9. I have no idea who that is. Who are they?
No.
Okay. Yeah, Gale Force 9, I don't think they're around anymore, but they were a company that did a lot of those pre-formed, pre-painted terrain kits you used to buy.
Yeah.
So you could buy it's one of those made out of made out of some kind of high density foam, I think they were, and they were all sort of pre-painted. So you just pulled it out of the box and just put it straight on your table. That's what they were famous for doing. And then they made some tokens and things like that for games. So they were kind of like a company that sort of produced supplementary material for certain games like War Machine and all that kind of stuff.
All right.
So, Colonel Billington's here. Hey, mate. Good to see you here. Thank you very much for joining us. And Big Small Worlds. Morning. I'm busy setting up my boys one of the fantasy roleplay game. Awesome. That's good to hear. All right. Well, let's crack on. Let's get some work done.
What are you painting this morning? Or this evening?
Yeah, it's a commission. I've been working on this today and just doing some nice foundry, really old school foundry medieval knights for a good mate, David. I don't think he'll be here in the chat somehow, but yeah, painting these up for him, which I hope to finish by the end of the week. And get those done for him, mate. Yeah. But they're nice models, though. I like them. They're like their old school, the old sort of scale, like true 25 mil scale models.
Yeah.
How about you, Jonny? What are you working on, mate?
This morning I'm working on another batch of these space dwarfs from Macrocosm for that commission. He was getting all the troops, the last batch of the troops that I've got here finished up. I think that's like 20 of them. It's like a few heavy weapons, a couple of plasma guns and whatnot. So I'm just getting them cleaned up and mounted up, ready for priming and whatnot.
Cool. Okay, mate, that's great. I'm glad you're still doing those. They're really nice, those dwarfs.
They do look great. They look really nice.
Yeah. I must say as well, like the heavy weapons, I've got a few of the different types now. I've got like the las cannon. It's either a heavy bolter or a missile launcher. It could potentially be used as both. And then what I'm guessing is an auto cannon, or an auto cannon. And they look really good.
Nice.
I'm a big fan of these ones, I must say. I mean, I've had a look on their website a few times, for getting references for the box art, for the color schemes and whatnot.
Mm-hmm.
And they've got all the character, like the sort of character ones, like I never played Squat, so I can't remember what they're called now, but like the runery sort of ones and things like that.
Yeah. Me and Adi tried to shout it to you at the same time, mate. Hearthguard.
Yeah, that's it.
Yeah.
Or the exo squats were the guys in like the Terminator armor. Excuse me. But yeah. Anyhow, we've got JVC Paints. JVC Paints. I just connected with him on Messenger, and I just realised, oh my God, it's a person I've known on Facebook for ages. So it's good to connect with him. That's James. Check out JVC Paints YouTube channel if you can. He does a lot of stuff like just updates on projects he's working on, whether it's like personal stuff or commissions or whatever. So good to see you here, mate. Thank you. And Matt W's here. Good on Matt. With his goblins. I think he's painting up a Gretchen, 2nd edition Gretchen now, with some nice they're new Duncan Rhodes paints. So, hope he's enjoying that. James, are you the guy I bought my Warhammer Fantasy 5th edition set from? And the fantasy, the battle magic. I think you're the guy I bought that stuff off, mate, many years ago. I think that was you, James. So, quote me if I'm wrong, but I'm pretty sure you're the man. And I think I owe you a few pints, I think. I think that's how will be what I said last time. We just haven't got together and caught up, mate. So I hope to do that with you at some point with the guys in Tokyo and catch up for some games. So Matt W is doing 2 Kevadim Goblins in Gretchen at the moment. Awesome. Not you, I'm afraid, but I'll set the points. Okay, I wonder who it was then. Yeah, I don't know who it was now. Maybe he's gone. I thought he was Canadian too. Maybe he's American. And can't remember now. That was a long time ago. And Adi, you would like the last, I just uploaded that video yesterday, mate, that My First White Dwarf.
Oh, yeah, I saw it. I've seen it. Yeah.
Oh, good on you, mate. Yeah, you're featured quite a lot in that one.
I know. I mean, I'm looking at stuff and just going, oh, yeah, I remember doing that. And just about remember doing that. But, oh, gosh. It's crazy. It's such a long time ago. But yeah, the funny thing is, I think I can't remember who it was. I think it was Cody said something about one of my trucks looking like it was made out of Lego. That's right. And I can assure him it wasn't. Part of it is the way it's painted, because it was painted with, because I undercoated it black, dry brushed it with like gunmetal or whatever the colour was, and then flat painted all the flat armour surfaces, various colours. I think it was blue and like a grey colour, and it was fine at the time to get something painted up fast, but after I'd had that, and because all my Gorkum Orcs stuff became the foundation for 40k Orc Army that I took into 3rd edition. And what I did was I took that particular the bus, which was the big big 6-wheeler or whatever it was that I built, and I went over that all the flat metal areas, of the flat light blues and stuff, and I weathered it all up, and it looked a ton better once I was done with it. It looked loads nicer.
Oh, I really like the really clean looking, mate. I thought the clean look that you had in the White Dwarf issue looked really cool.
Well, the funny part is well, that's great, because then it works on levels. It means that I mean, it's just, this is one of the things that's often talked about in White Dwarf and stuff, was this idea about applying flat colours to when you start painting your armies up, just paint them all flat colours to begin with, so you've got some colour on them, and then you can always go back and then add more and more detail on later. And I'm a big supporter of that as an approach. I just think that you can get a full army painted up and get it painted up fast, but then you go back and you can always add all those extra details, put weathering on vehicles, dry brush stuff, paint the hair fully, highlight, shade with inks, all that kind of stuff, and you can do it as you go along. But so your army's in a constant state of being painted. You kind of never stop. You just keep going with it and keep adding more and more stuff with it. I'm a big fan of that as an approach.
Yeah, watching it evolve over time, I suppose.
That's right, and it's interesting because a lot of the time, once you've painted bits of an army, I mean, I've found this with my epic stuff that I've been painting up, which seems to be like for ages, but it's very much a case of you can then look back over models that you painted and kind of go, actually, I've done this with my Space Marines. I kind of went, I really need to put company markings on some of these, not on the vehicles, so you can start to organise your army a bit better. And the good thing is that of course there's such like there's a whole system for painting company colours on Space Marines, Space Marines and it's all kind of, which you can follow. That's all kind of codex based, and the Ultramarines have all that stuff and what have you. So that's good.
Yeah, nice, mate. Well, it certainly keeps you busy. I mean, if you keep going back over and stuff and updating it, I do that a lot too, because I went back into my YouTube history all the way back to the oldest video I had, and it was on my Dwarf army that I started when I first started doing the Crown of Command. I invested quite a lot of money in selling things and purchasing a lot of the dwarves that I have.
Yeah.
And that was painted completely different to what it's painted now, because all the bases were different. They had like black rims. Nothing was golden green. It was also like very modern style painting and everything like that. But compared to now, it's been completely revamped.
So what did you do? Did you buy models that were already painted up, or did you just put colours on them quickly in the beginning, or is it a mix?
Well, basically, I bought everything unpainted.
Oh, okay.
And stripped everything that I got that was painted, and I based it on, because I'm a big fan of like the confrontation Rackham style, like the French style
Oh
of
yeah.
that. So as I've done a lot of that like non-metallic metal stuff, I painted everything in that kind of style. Even the basing was very similar.
Yeah.
So I made it sort of like a very sort of modern style, kind of in a way.
Yeah.
No goblin green, nothing.
All right. Yeah.
So and then when I decided I'm going to go all in and just do it 100%, like old hammer, then I just took all the bases off and replaced them all with like just goblin green sand and all that kind of thing,
Oh
and touch up all the paint, because everything was primed black. When I primed, everything was black, not
Yeah.
white. So I can
Yeah.
try to build up all the layers of colors and make them really vibrant and everything. Repainted stuff, and yeah, so it's like a big process of just basically just changing it around into like a very dark atmospheric paint job. It looks really good. I mean, if you compare the two, some people really prefer the other style than what it is now, but I prefer it now because it's just more nostalgic,
So how long did all that take?
Too long, mate. I'm still doing it.
Oh, I see what you mean. Yes, it's an ongoing kind of.
Yeah. That was about 6 years ago.
Oh gosh. Wow.
So that's when I first started playing 5th edition here, and that's how I approached it initially, thinking that's how I was going to paint it. And then as time went on, I thought, nah, I kind of want it like the old days, how it was, with goblin green bases and gluing the sand on and painting it over and dry brushing it yellow and all that kind of thing. So it's got the nostalgic look to it.
Yeah.
So then I decided, okay, that was it, and just went through and rebased everything and repainted stuff, touched it up, and I'm still in the process of touching things up. But 90% of it's done. It's just replacing shields, because I have like 8th edition shields on some of them, replacing those with like classic old round shields and freehand or transfers or whatever.
Yeah.
And just giving it the 90s touch.
See, I found the only way I can actually get a complete force done is if I select the army first and then actually narrow down what I want to paint, because otherwise I never get anything finished, because I'll just like do a few models in a unit there and then I'll like move on to another unit that I really enjoy, so then I'll start doing that but not quite finish off the other one, and I end up doing that for like a large amount of the force, and then I look at it and go, I better actually finish it now. So if I actually select, like, properly nail it all down, so I want this unit with that, do all that, and then it's all right, put it all together, and then I can go from there.
Mm-hmm.
I find otherwise I just never get anything finished for myself.
Okay, so maybe people want to, in the chat, because we've got a few people now that's awoken to the Splatter Natter. If you're in the European Northern Hemisphere, then you would have been woken up. Can you feed us some questions? Maybe with a question for 80 you want to ask him, or Danny, about painting, or to 80 about his time at GW, or stuff, anything like that.
Anything at all, actually. People can ask me anything.
Yeah.
I can't guarantee I'll always have a coherent answer, but yeah.
Yeah.
But I certainly, don't worry. Just ask me anything. It's fine.
Okay, here we go. Highland Cowboy. Here you go, 80. You want to have a look at this one, mate?
Oh, great. Oh, yeah, I really enjoyed making that. That was great. Although I do think because I used a Necromunda bulkheads on the outside of it to give it a different kind of a look. I think that might be a little bit, looking at it now, it looks a little bit ham-fisted, but the idea of I really enjoyed the colour scheme. Although, I mean, once again, I look at that now and I think that's a little bit on the nose. It might have been better to have painted it more military, but then that's my obsession these days. I'm much more interested in painting models in a much more kind of military style than like, you know, in quite so on the nose colour schemes like purples and blues and stuff like that. I kind of think I'm not so keen on that now. I mean, I love to see other people do it, but I'm not keen for my own stuff. But
Yeah.
oh gosh, I don't know what happened to that. As most of my stuff has disappeared over the years. No idea where it all disappeared off to. Probably knocking around GW somewhere, but I would imagine.
It probably hit the big skip, mate. The big clean.
Well, very possible actually. You know, so much stuff, and certainly before I realised that you could actually strip paint off models, or else I would have kept a lot more of it. Dough. There you go.
Okay. All right. Well, thank you very much, Highland Cowboy. He says, thank you very much, Eavy. That was a great question, mate. JVC Paint, so James says, did you ever get to judge Golden Demon? I think it's addressed to you, Eavy.
No, I was never involved. In Golden Demon. The guys who tended to take part in judging and things like that. I mean, one guy was a guy called Alan Merritt, who is someone who I worked with a lot over the years. He took up drums, which was great, and we used to have a long talk. He used to while I was working, he used to come and sit, and I remember once we just talked about drums for an hour in the studio. I think that went down like a lead balloon. I don't think he never did it again. I think someone said to him, "Oh, don't come and disturb our staff and stuff," you know, which I thought was hilarious because I had a great time talking to him. But he was involved in a lot of studio stuff. In fact, he was one of the people who came up with a lot of the systems for marking company colours and things like that. Very involved in that. He was involved in some of the judging, and a lot of the heavy metal guys would get involved in the judging as well, as you kind of expect, really. I think I've seen Neil Hodgson, for example. I saw him part of judging once. I mean, I think this is the case. I mean, like I said, I mean, I was never really involved in it, but no, I didn't judge it. I mean, I love looking at the stuff. I mean, particularly some of the early Golden Demon stuff that I saw when, you know, they'd have like epic armies and all sorts of stuff, and the paints were just absolutely jaw-dropping. Never seen anything like it, and you know, and stand up today, really. I mean, and interestingly, a lot of an interesting mix of like a lot of the older Road Trader models that you might think, you might look at a metal photograph of, say, some of the older Eldar Guardians, for example, and you think, oh gosh, that looks a bit rough. And yet, if you see it painted up by someone who really knows how to paint, and I find this a lot now, actually, if they're painted, and often painted up in a bit more of the modern style, they look absolutely amazing. Some of these really old models. A lot of it, it's all down to the skill of the painter, really.
Yep. So good question there, James. Thanks, mate. I'm just trying to think of the guy. I'm going to try and find him. I'm going to try to hunt this guy down on Facebook. He's painting all of the pre-slaughter Citadel miniatures.
Oh, wow.
And absolutely fantastic, mate. I was so blown away by this guy's work. I just couldn't believe it. Let me go and track him down. I'm gonna show this guy's work because it is that good. And if anybody hasn't seen it, you should definitely go and check it out because it's really remarkable what you can do with those old miniatures. We're gonna check this out.
I mean, a lot of the time, it's how careful you are. Your colour choices, for example, things like how fine your line work is and stuff. Is that and doing that is and if you apply those kind of disciplines when you're painting, you can make anything look amazing.
Yep, that's true, mate.
Yeah, there's someone I've seen quite a bit of, done a load of Eldar stuff in very like modern way, or not modern, up to date style of painting it, but in like really nice bright colour. I believe it's like the Bale Tan colours, and it look absolutely beautiful stuff.
Oh yeah, are you talking about like the original Jez Goodwin sculpts and stuff?
Yeah.
Oh, they're timeless. Oh, I love them. They're absolutely. It's just like it's absolutely fresh as a daisy. You wouldn't think that they were like they're dated back to like 1988 or 1989 or something. You go, huh? How can this look like?
No.
Absolutely amazing stuff.
Yeah, they're absolutely incredible to see the sort of work that goes onto it, and how amazing they can make the models look. Although I still personally prefer the more, I don't know how you describe it, the more second edition look.
Okay, I found him, guys. It's Andy Cook. Remarkable stuff. Yeah.
Oh wow, that's really, really nice.
Yeah.
That's beautiful.
Yeah, he's got a real knack of getting some really nice paint on these really old miniatures, but he has a very nice way of getting the character to the faces and everything, which I really like. The eyeballs and everything, all the irises and everything. It's really nice. We'll see some other stuff he's done. Yeah, the eyes, especially the faces, he can capture really nicely, I think, in those old models.
And this is pre-Slaughter, is it?
This is maybe Slaughter, I think. This is from the Villagers set. So I think these was Slaughter from memory anyway, mate. This is way before my time. This is back in like the mid '80s. I think it was about '85 or '84.
Oh gosh, I mean, like I said, it's amazing. It's just decent paint job, and oh, look at that, just fabulous.
That's beautiful.
Yeah, really nice. Let's have a look at some other stuff. I found some other things here. I think this is the guy. I'm pretty sure it is. Maybe I'm wrong. Maybe it's not the right guy.
Well, either way, we're looking at some nice models, so I'm not complaining.
Nice models in here. Yeah, I'm not complaining. Actually, it's not the right guy. There you go. Oh. It's not the right guy. Hang on. Give me a second. Let me try to find this guy. Hang on a second.
Scratch that, everybody.
Yeah, scratch that. Andy, you did a great job, mate. You did a great job. I'm just trying to find some other painter. Well, there's always some fantastic stuff in this Oldhammer Facebook group. You know, I always really find it quite inspiring the work that people do on these old miniatures.
Yeah.
But there's a particular guy in Wales who is just unbelievable. Like, yeah, you wait till you see it, and I will find him. I'll track him down. Because the only reason I found this guy was someone posted up a picture saying, "Does anybody know who painted this?" And someone said, "Oh yeah, I think it's such and such." And then I linked onto his personal page on Facebook, and he had a whole catalogue of miniatures that he's painted, all for these pre-Slaughter miniatures. And yeah, let's see. I'll have to hunt him down here. Anything in the chat there, Danny?
Hi, man.
Anything in the chat, mate?
Still didn't hear you, sorry, man.
Anything in the chat?
Let's have a look. Where did we get up to? Warhammer Fantasy Battle 90. What's your favourite? I think we did. No, we haven't done that one. Does AD have any opinion? We got Colonel Billington. Does AD have any opinion about the Epic 40k edition? Some say it's the best rule system they did, but obviously wasn't a hit with players.
Yes, I do. I do have things to say of it. I can remember back because they started this because they brought out the Tyranid system in second edition, Titan Legions kind of stuff. They brought those guys out, and all of a sudden they decided that they wanted to change the system for some reason, and I had a go at it. And I remember Andy Chambers sort of talking about the use of blast markers to like reduce effectiveness of units and stuff like that. And it's one in it, and he said in interviews recently that it's one of his favourite mechanics and stuff. And I think it is a brilliant idea. I think it's a great idea. I think the problem was that the system. There were two things. One was that the system was such a radical change because it was like completely redoing the organization. It was completely redoing because before that armies had been put together with company cards. Love that system, absolutely. It's such a great way of having fixed units. You know exactly what's going on in each unit. You buy it for points cost, and you put your army together, and it's all pretty fixed. But that's the beauty of it. That's the thing that makes it great. You've got a points value on it there for victory points and all this kind of stuff. And always really liked that. But they got rid of that and replaced it with like an army list system, just like in 40k. And it was like personally, I wasn't keen on that. And then, of course, the other thing that they decided was that they were going to go for strip bases rather than square bases. And the problem with doing that, of course, is then everybody goes, "Oh crap! Do you mean I've got to collect my entire army all over again because now the rules are all based on strip bases?" I mean, I've told this story before, but I can remember them kind of going, yeah, we're going to look at, we want to put models on different bases. And I think the studio manager at the time had put forward strip bases because he felt that they were more like, if you see, like, for example, Napoleonic armies like marching to battle, they don't march around in like squares. It's like lines of troops marching across, and he felt that kind of marching across marching forward in a line was more like how you would see armies on the tabletop. So he liked that idea. I put forward the idea I said, well, actually, why don't you just, instead of having square bases, why don't you have round bases? Because, if you put models on round bases, it's not that big a departure. And your round bases would be nearer to 40k. And in a lot of ways, I suppose in the back of my mind, I was thinking to myself, well, if you've already got existing armies with square bases, it doesn't actually matter because square base, round base, But unfortunately, as I've said before, louder voices prevailed, and so they went to strip bases. And I've said it before, and I'll say it again. I didn't like them then. I don't like them now. And going so far as to actually if I get some specific epic models, I'll literally break them off there. Literally get a pair of here we go.
Pair of pliers.
Nice pair of clippers,
Yeah.
And get them off.
I enjoy doing that too.
Oh God, just get them, get that plastic away, break
Yeah.
all as much as you can, and then put them back on square bases. Now, I don't mind if those square bases are original square bases, or then there's lots of companies that now make square epic bases that are a lot cheaper to buy, and I'll use those as well, because I kind of go. Eventually, I thought, you know what, you're spending a fortune on bases aid. Why don't you just spend a fiver and get like 20 epic bases rather than spending 20 quid to get the same amount? So I kind of eventually thought, you know what, let's just try something. I tried them out and I thought they looked fine, and I said okay, well we'll and then it doesn't matter because they're all square bases. I know that Vanguard Miniatures do some very nice square bases as well, so I might get some of those too, but we'll see. But that was, I think that that was my opinion of the epic game. Was, I think it was so radical. Like when they did 3rd edition 40k, it was a complete revamp of the system. But they then didn't say, all your models have got to go on square bases or something like that. They didn't do that. So your existing army was still quite legitimate. Now I know that later on they started to say things like, well, actually you can use any kind of base you want, but I don't remember at the time that actually being the case. It was very much a case of strip bases are the way now. We're not, we don't like them. It sounds very like old studio style way of thinking. It's like, oh, we don't like those now. They don't, almost to the point of saying they don't exist anymore. And it's like, oh God, right, okay, whatever. The amount of like looking towards the heavens and rolling my eyes that I did with some of the bloody stupid decisions they made. Yeah. But whatever. In the end, it was their responsibility and it wasn't mine.
Yeah, mate. Yep, I'm totally 100% behind you with square bases instead of strips. Yeah, I never played 3rd edition, and I think that was probably one of the biggest detractors, really, the basing for me.
I played the game. I had I don't think I did a lot, and I certainly don't remember doing any battle reports. Well, I might have done in Epic with the new system, and it was okay. But the problem is that it really meant having to completely relearn how to play. It was so radically different, and in the end, it was just like. And plus, the emphasis was much more towards 40k, which and because that was the big seller. So in a lot of ways, they just all they did was they ended up killing the system. But,
yeah.
See, I actually remember when they redid the Epic, it was actually because so much of my introduction, my knowledge about Games Workshop came from White Dwarfs. It was something about like the game didn't seem as good in the battle reports as like Epic Space Marines did.
Yeah.
I don't know why that was. I'm not sure what it was about. Maybe wasn't that around about the time that Games Workshop that White Dwarf stopped doing battle reports for a little while as well, or not long after that.
I don't remember that at all. All I remember was that battle reports for Epic or battle reports full stop. Do you mean
battle reports full stop? It wasn't very long though.
I don't remember that at all. All I ever remember was the endless treadmill of having to do battle reports. I was either doing them or I was reporting on them and photographing, doing all the photography and the maps and the layout. I'm not saying you're wrong, I'm just saying I don't. I'm saying I don't. I really don't remember that at all.
No,
But-
it's it runs for about it's the White Dwarfs that I've been reading through lately. I think it's only about 6 issues where there aren't any battle reports in the end of the White Dwarf.
Oh, okay. What? I mean, I don't doubt you. What issues are those?
I shall have a look because they are right behind me, but you will have to bear with me whilst I go a rummaging.
Oh, okay. I'll make some notes.
Got a large stack of everything behind me.
Okay, well, while Danny's rummaging, I'm going to show you. I found the page on Facebook, and check this out from Adam Policki.
Oh,
look at that! That is
awesome.
Just stunning, isn't it? Yeah, I mean, this is masterful.
Whoa.
Yeah.
Oh, yeah.
Yep. It's incredible, mate. Look at that face. Amazing. So yeah.
Right. So it's not
beautiful.
Just love these. I think they're absolutely stunning. So Adam from Wales, absolute master, mate.
Beautiful.
Yeah, look at that. That's like a 2nd edition Warhammer Fantasy Battle Orc, Black Orc, I think, isn't it? So
that's nice.
Yeah, that's really old.
Yes, yeah, I like that.
Yeah, so there you go. Adam Policki, I think is how you pronounce his surname. So he's on Facebook, and check out his other stuff. He's got loads of stuff there.
Let me write that down. Adam.
Adam Paul, Pawlicki.
Paul Pawlicki. Right, okay. I shall go and check that out because they look great.
Now we've got a pretty special guest coming on at the moment, guys. So just give him a round of applause, will you, when he comes in, because he's just recently been featured in the latest White Dwarf magazine. So he's got a bit of stardust around him at the moment. It's none other than Jonny Watson. There you go, mate.
Hello, mate.
Sound effects going, mate. You should have the crowd cheering in the background.
Yeah.
I'll do it.
Thank you.
All the ladies throwing their knickers at you as you're walking down the high street now. It's Jonny.
Yeah. I'm famous now, everybody. I'm famous.
Yeah, mate. Bloody hell. How you can live that one down, eh?
Don't know how I'm going to live it down.
Sorry, have you had your army featured in White Dwarf? Have you? Oh, that's old hat. I've had tons of my army.
Yeah, I know, yeah. Oh, yeah.
There's nothing special, Jonny.
It's a poor man's accolade. Don't you worry about that. Oh, dear.
Shit.
Love it.
But
yeah, it's quite impressive.
What I want to know...
Yep.
Sorry, Jonny. What I want to know, how did they? Because I saw it. It's got an interview. So you submitted it, or they?
Yeah. So
you did. Okay.
No. So what happened? This was ages ago. When I finished the army, about a year and a half, maybe 2 years ago. Someone said to me, I think it was G-Dog, that said, "Oh, you should send it into White Dwarfs, see what they say." So I thought, why not? So I just did a little blurb and sent it into them. And they got back to me and said, "Oh, thanks for this, but in all honesty, probably won't publish it because we don't do this anymore." Yeah. Sorry, I've got a little one with me today as well. Come here.
It's okay, man. It's all right.
Was that a little?
Yeah, here he is.
Oh,
hello.
Hello. There you go, mate.
What's your name?
Yeah. This is Bowden.
Hello,
Bowden. Hey, Bowden. The gorgeous blonde hair, mate.
So yeah, they said to me, we probably won't publish it because it's not what we do anymore. Okay, fine, but you've got it now. And literally, and that was about a year and a half ago, I think. And literally, a friend of mine said, he just sent me a picture saying, it's good to see your stuff in White Dwarf. I was like, what? They didn't tell me. So
It didn't tell you.
no, it didn't tell me. No, they just published it, and yeah. So the picture that I've splattered everywhere is that's just a picture someone else has taken. That's not even my. I haven't taken that picture. So yeah.
Oh, really?
But yeah,
that's weird, isn't it?
What?
Yeah, it's crazy. But it's got people talking. Are GW thinking of a bit of a nostalgia corner or something like that? Possibly, they might be. I mean, it's not beyond the will of man that they might think, oh, we can make a bit of money out of some of the old models that we used to sell. I mean, they do it with some of the old world range. They bring back some of the old models, don't they? So you never know.
Well,
they could be thinking along them lines.
Well, if they did it as a Kickstarter,
yeah.
I mean, if you like, if you kind of said to them, well, I tell you what, we're gonna release say some of the Epic range, and kind of went, we'll do this, and did it as a Kickstarter, and then people can get behind it and what have you, and then they can see whether it's actually worthwhile doing or not. And
absolutely.
Then, the public has spoken. Well,
absolutely. No, I totally agree. I mean, I was chatting about it with Scruffy Crow yesterday, and we were saying, well, they could do like a small startup company that just basically sells the old stuff. You'd get rid of that sort of eBay thing overnight, and people pirating.
Yeah, that would be good, wouldn't it?
Yeah, it'd be crazy. But obviously they're not thinking like that. Maybe who knows? So they might do. But that'd be cool if you could rebuy the old miniatures again. Don't know. We're just wishing, aren't we? It's one of those
I think we are actually.
Yeah, it's one of those things. It was nice of them to print it though, for everyone to see, and it's going to reach a younger generation that we've probably may have never seen any sort of the old models before. So,
well, particularly a lot of the old real road trader stuff,
Yeah. Well, some of the models in that army are road trader. Some of the So you've got the old scouts that were definitely road trader era. Maybe not the captain, but the librarian. The two librarians are definitely road trader in there. AD, were the Jess Goodwin Space Marines, the metal ones, were they road trader era? Probably just in that. They're probably just in that transition between road trader and second edition, I imagine. I
think I suspect they were probably road trader because or 40k, or I suppose you could call it 40k, because I mean it was 40k was driven from, if I remember correctly, was driven from the original 40k road trader rulebook, which was in use all the way up until they brought second edition out. So definitely anything done by Jez, any of the Jez Goodwin, Eldar, for example.
Yeah, definitely.
I can't remember when he started to work on Space Marine range, really.
No, I've got the old Space Marine Strike Force box.
Yes.
The first.
And that's Jez, is it?
Yeah, that's Jez. Yeah, definitely. Yeah. And that is definitely road trader. That one.
Yeah.
But
because they hadn't. I think it was only around the time they decided that Dark Angels weren't black anymore; they were green.
Yeah.
For example, which is like, they're green now, are they? They were always black before. Space Hulk, they were always, Dark Angels were black before they became Deathwing kind of thing. So
yeah, absolutely.
Okay. But yes, apparently they suddenly started becoming green. It's like, oh right, okay, they're green now. And how many different colours can we do for the Blood Angels? How many different variations of terracotta and really bright red and all that kind of stuff?
How to make a single colour scheme interesting, isn't it?
Oh, no.
Yeah. Right, I don't know if I'm going to be able to get much painting with you around, mate.
Your hands are in the painting desk, mate. Yep. Showing how you do it, mate.
Oh.
That's it.
1, 2, 3.
Well, it's very nice of you to join us, mate. That's great, Johnny. Have you have royalty here, mate, with us?
Yeah, no, absolutely, mate. I thought I'd grace you.
Took 4 lot, yeah.
Yeah. Okay, let's see who's here in the chat. Survivor.
I'm
Working a
waiting
dozen
for
goblin. Yeah, Survivor's working on a dozen goblin chariots. That's nuts. How can you work on a dozen goblin chariots? Yeah,
Jesus.
crazy.
Stop throwing things on the floor.
I've swapped out third-party printed wolves. They were too big for Rizian wolves. It's taking me an age, and I'm not even started on the Goblin Cruise. Yeah, I bet, mate. That's a huge undertaking. So good luck with that.
Yeah,
You need quite a few Splatter Natters to get through those ones, I reckon.
absolutely.
I think maybe we covered that with. Does AD have a question about an opinion about Epic 40k edition?
Mhm.
I think we covered that one before. Is that right, AD? We covered that one.
Yeah, we've got. I droned on for about quarter of an hour on that particular.
No, you go on as long as you like. I totally 100% agree with you, mate. Okay, we're of a like mind. Even though I've never played 3rd edition, but I know I just don't think I would enjoy it as much as the 2nd edition. So
Do you know what, Josh? Even down to the artwork, I didn't enjoy the artwork in the 3rd edition of the Epic either. There was something about it that didn't inspire me as much as the first box.
Yeah.
The second box set.
Yeah, no, I'm with that one as well. Yeah, there's just something about it where it just didn't quite grab, did it?
No, it didn't. It really didn't. I don't know why. But actually, there was an interview with Andy Chambers talking about the 3rd edition Epic and how he thinks that they completely messed it up.
Yeah, that's it. Yeah,
he just fully admits it. Oh yeah, we ruined that game.
I know. I saw that. I saw that myself, and which was part of what I was talking about when I was talking about 3rd edition Epic. Pretty much. Well, we screwed that up, didn't we? That was a mistake. And you kind of go, you know what? I think you're right.
Yeah, it's a damn shame because by the sounds of things, in one foul swoop, they destroyed Epic in one go.
Yeah, absolutely.
Which is a big shame, massive shame. But come on,
Yeah.
You got to be a little bit quiet.
Yeah.
People are trying to watch these guys.
How old is your boy now, mate? How old is he now?
Right, this one is 1, and I've just got a girl who's screaming my name. She's 6, and the 3rd one is 4. So I've got 3 of them.
Okay.
3 of them today.
Has he literally just turned?
Say hello. Do you want to say hello? This is awesome. You wave?
Hello. How you going? I dig your hairstyle, mate. That's awesome.
Yeah. You just had a haircut.
That's cool.
Yeah. You get something to eat. He's hungry.
Yeah. Is your wife there today, mate? You're on your own?
No, that's why I've got the kids on my own for a little while. So sorry for hijacking.
No, not at all. Not at all, mate. That's fine. Yep.
I would like to try and get some painting done, but you're not going to let me on here.
Okay. Well,
I fed mine before I came downstairs.
Yeah, good on you, mate. I think this question can be answered by everyone in the group from Emperor Jim. It's what's your favourite GW game?
Oh, that is a good question.
Who would like to go? Who would like to go first? Danny?
My favourite?
Yeah.
It's actually got to be Blood Bowl.
Blood Bowl. Oh, that's a good choice.
Yeah, I'd say Blood Bowl, to be honest.
Okay, mate.
Yeah. For me, it's Epic. Epic's my favourite game.
What, third edition?
The Space Marine 2nd edition Epic.
Okay, I knew that already.
Yeah.
80?
I'd have to say Epic as well. Certainly 2nd edition. So, I played Titan Legions. I didn't like it as much as the original 2nd edition game, which I just think is absolutely wonderful. But the other I would mention as well is the original edition of Space Hulk, which I just for 28 mil, I just think is an apps. It's still my favourite 28 mil gaming experience. It's just brilliant.
Yeah, wonderful, mate. Great answers. I'm sure Emperor Jim will be really happy to hear that, being a massive Epic Space Marine fan himself. Yeah, for me, it's a difficult one. I of course, Epic Second Edition is probably going to be number one. But then, I loved Warhammer 2, Warhammer Fantasy 4th Edition. Yeah. Was certainly up there with it as well. Those probably been the two systems that I played the most, and was always interested. It always got me back into painting and looking forward to playing games. So yeah, but I think Second Edition is going to steal first place, and Fourth Edition will be the close second, and Fifth Edition Fantasy after that, I'd say. But then they released so many good games. That's the thing. Like Talisman, I really love Talisman. Just breaking that out and playing that every now and again. Advanced HeroQuest, I've got to play that now recently again and getting into it. I just absolutely adore that game. So, and they're all Jervis Johnson games. Actually, I think there's something about the Jervis Johnson.
Oh yeah, Jervis is always really good.
Yeah. Him and Rick Priestley, when they get together, they tend to make really awesome games. So that'll be my two, but I think Second Edition will probably take top spot, mate, because I played it the most, enjoyed it probably the most out of any system. But then Fourth Edition Fantasy, wow, it's a real close tie there at the top there. So that's mine. Guys, put your answers in the chat too. I'd love to hear what your favorite GW game is of all time. I think that's
I'd have to give my second place to 40k Second Ed.
Oh yeah, of course, mate. I always thought it was going to be your first one, actually.
No. Blood Bowl is actually the one that I've played. Blood Bowl is the one game that I played consistently all through the years. Because when they brought out Third Edition was just way too much of a departure from the rules, and I still to this day do not like the firing rules in Third Edition 40k. One, if your special weapon fires at your vehicle, the whole unit's got to do it. Bolters are just pinging off, doing nothing. It's like, now you got to do it. I never liked that.
But I think we all share a similar like for games that were the specialist games, and I think for myself too, I played a lot more of the specialist games than the core games from Games Workshop.
Yeah.
And I think that's a common theme among all people, is that we all got into those because they tended to be the more accessible ones, because fantasy was just a huge investment, and at our age it was just impossible to think that would ever accumulate an army. So we were always on the fringe of having maybe 500 points that we had painted that we could play, and that they would get absolutely devastated by someone playing Chaos or something like that.
I think that's why I enjoyed Blood Bowl so much. Blood Bowl so much, because you could just collect up the teams, and that's it. You bought the box and then a couple of extra star players, and there you go. You had, I think I had nearly every team going for Blood Bowl at one point.
Interestingly enough, when I used to play, both editions of both second and third onwards of 40k, the one thing I always found was that the experience was always a lot better when you had smaller forces. They just seemed to the systems worked better if you had like 500 points or 6 maybe, and if sort of as soon as you got above that, it tended to like get completely out of control. I mean, that's my opinion anyway.
See, to be honest, I would agree with that as well. But it was a weird one for me because I always enjoyed the bigger games like 2,000 points and maybe a bit more than that as well. Because I always loved to have as many toys as I could. But as soon as you go up to about as soon as you get into the realms of 2,000 points, you can be looking at a good 3-4 plus hours easily. For a game.
It takes ages. It takes ages.
You add in some good chit chat whilst you're doing it. You could be looking at the whole entire game just for a 2,000 point game.
Yeah. The other thing is that particularly with things like 40k and 40 minutes, it means that you could be a lot more. If you played with small 500 point forces, it means that you could actually play a game, for an hour, have a bit of a break, play again, swap sides, make an alteration to it. You'd get a lot more gaming in a lot of ways, and a lot more variety to your gaming.
I think possibly I would say possibly my opinion on that, on the size of the games, might be tainted a bit by the fact that I was a Blood Angel player, and when you've got 500 points of Space Marines, you don't have a lot of Space Marines.
Oh yeah, of course not. Well, you don't have a lot of anything. You don't. I mean, the only armies where you can do anything numerous are like the Orc army for 500 points. You could put together something quite new, a fairly numerous army for that. But there and then again, you don't have to. I mean, the idea you could put together an army that was more elite, that had like a Nobs mob in it or something like that. And then you don't have to have a ton of models. You could have something. You could have orcs with a lot more armor on them and stuff.
Okay, now Big Small World says, do you go back to first edition Warhammer Fantasy Battle 1983? Transform my life, that did. Now, unfortunately, I haven't, but GJ, my Dutch compatriot over there at the Forces of Fantasy, he has a podcast by the same name and a YouTube channel, and he actually played it. He played first edition, so I got to see it and experience it vicariously through his experiences. So we don't go back to first edition, unfortunately. But it's interesting to go, to have a look and see those old editions and see how, the evolution of Warhammer and how it all started. The box set art from John Blanche with Harry the Hammer.
Oh yeah,
is iconic.
Oh yeah.
Yeah. So that's a great question, though, mate. Thank you, Mr. Knight. There you go, mate. I often see you on Facebook, but I'm not on Facebook so often, so it's nice to see you here and saying hello. There are some great old Hammer-style models out there from other manufacturers. I put some lovely swamp zombies from Black Tree Designs, I think, in my latest video. Yeah. Now, Big Small Worlds is a YouTube channel. I'd urge you to go and check it out, because this gentleman puts together a narrative style series that are linked together, and it's all about the Empire and Skaven, I believe. That is kind of the premise of the story set in the Empire. It's really well done, really well put together, lovely terrain and miniatures and sort of old and more recent ones from different manufacturers, like he said. So yeah, I'll go and check it out. He narrates the whole thing, so it's just like it kind of reminds me of Postman Pat. Remember Postman Pat? The stop-start animation. It reminds me of that, sort of the old 80s kind of BBC TV productions. But it's all done with still shots. He just takes photos of still shots of the scenes and then does the voiceover over it. Yeah, but it's really nice. I'd urge people to go and check it out. So that's Big Small Worlds on YouTube. The old mate Nick, there you go. Hi guys, just got back from McDonald's. From Macca's, eh? Or Mac, as it's known in Japan. He's in Japan here. I've heard a few people say the latest version of 40k Apocalypse is very similar to Epic 40k. Yes, I've heard the same. Do people actually still play that Apocalypse game? I've never seen anybody play it. I think there was another Jervis Johnson game before he left that he made that one.
Yeah.
Captain Skyhawk, another great YouTube channel out there. I would highly recommend going and checking it out. He's a really good kit basher. like making terrain out of just anything, just things out of the trash. So if you like Necromunda, go and check out Captain Skyhawk's channel. And he's from Scotland, has a great voice, and I really like the style that he presents his videos with. And so go and check that out. Great guy, Captain Skyhawk. Actually, he designed the Glorious Bastards logo just for me. Actually, it was really nice in the same style as HeroQuest. It was brilliant. So really talented guy. Now, this was a question related to the Orc Grenadier model. I think it was a Grenadier model on Adam's Facebook page, mate, but I'm not absolutely sure. I've got a feeling it may have been a Grenadier model, but it was part of Regiment's Renown set from 2nd edition Warhammer. But you'll have to quote me if I'm wrong there. But that's what it looks like to me anyway. So James comes out with "Oi, that's my leg." That's a GW game. Did anybody play that? It's a troll game.
No.
Okay. This is back in the mid '80s, and they released a series of troll games for kids. They're for kids.
All right.
And like novelty games they could sell in like just regular high street stores and that kind of thing. I think that's one of the angles they had there commercially to sell that to the masses. I've never played it. I don't know who designed it, but there's a few different troll games they made.
I did not know that.
Matthias, we're going to be on the recording studio tomorrow, recording, was it Dark Elves? Warhammer Army's Dark Elves deep dive with the guys, Dave and a few other people. So I'll be sound engineering that one for tomorrow. So looking forward to catching up with the boys and doing that with them.
Yeah, they're always good fun, them.
Yeah, they're good. I've had to work. I'm just working on the Chaos one now, doing the Chaos one, 4th edition Chaos Armies book. So.
Who's the British guy that's very knowledgeable?
Dave. Mate Dave Gilson.
Yeah, he knows a lot.
Yeah, he does. Dave's a big part of the 3rd edition Bring Out Your Lead community in the UK.
Yeah.
And he and his brother, I think his brother's name's Ernie, they famously fight a lot during the games at Bring Out Your Lead.
Brilliant.
Constantly argue with each other, and in one funny incident, his brother threw at him like one of the 4th edition magic cards, missed Dave and hit another guy in the back of the head. We're in classic.
I love it.
Because we're thinking about doing some 3rd edition content for the podcast, just talking about all the books and stuff like that. But he said, I'm not doing it with my brother because we'll just argue all the time about stuff. So Mr. Knight said 40k 2nd edition is his favorite game. Nice choice. Nick, maybe Blood Bowl is Blood Bowl your favorite game, mate?
Yeah,
maybe, but it's a great game, he says. Yeah. I found Battle Cars at my parents'. I think it was the precursor to Dark Future. Oh, right. Yeah, it could have been. Never played Dark Future either, actually. Special games, just better.
That looked really great, actually. I think the Dark Future looked really interesting. The only thing is that they changed the scale, so it wasn't like 28 mil. It was, I think it was 15.
Like tiny little cars, weren't they?
Yeah. Looked great. Looked really interesting. I can remember seeing John Blanche do some absolutely amazing concept work for a Dark Future style game with a huge statue as a centerpiece piece of terrain for it and stuff. Incredible ideas, man. Absolutely amazing.
I'm just thinking about Dark Future. Who was the artist who did a lot of the artwork, the black and white stuff inside those inside the books and everything? Incredible stuff too. I loved it. I really loved the artwork for it. I think the artwork looked awesome. But I can't remember the guy's name now. Yeah, I think too. I think Nick's got a good point. The specialist games are just better. And I think to a large degree, I think they were better.
Yeah, I think they were.
Actually.
So I think a lot of people really do have a lot of love for the specialist games, and I can see why. Man of War is one of those games that I got to experience now much later, many years later, but I loved it. I love it. I think it's great.
Man of War just looks stunning.
Yeah, it does, doesn't it? Yeah, it really looks beautiful.
Beautiful, just amazing.
Yeah. And there's no Goblin Green.
Yeah,
it's blue. It's one of the very few game systems they actually had with no bases. There was no Goblin Green anywhere. So
it just looked amazing.
The correct answer was Epic 2nd Edition. I also would accept HeroQuest, Space Crusade, and Space Hulk. Yeah, I think HeroQuest would be up there too, Nick. Yeah, as in the top 3 games that I absolutely love and adore, and could never part with or never stop playing. For sure.
See, I would definitely put Space Hulk up there as well. I only played the more recent edition of Space Hulk. And one of the aspects I really enjoyed of that actually was the hourglass thing for the Space Marines turn, by having a time limit. Did they have that in earlier editions as well?
Yes, they did. They didn't have like an hourglass, but they certainly had a timer. The thing, when I played my mate Chris, and we played tons of Space Hulk when we first got the game, we found that our moves were so fast, that if when you come out, it's your turn, you just we didn't bother with the timer anymore, because you just it was like, well, we don't need to worry about it because we're playing fast enough anyway. So we just didn't bother. We didn't bother with it after a while. I think it's a cute idea, but I think that if you're playing against, like I say, if you play against someone regularly and you're making your moves, because it's one of these games that it's like once you get caught up in it, it's like you just want to take the shot at the thing, move around that corner, and all this and you do it so fast, it's so quick that actually you really don't need. You just don't need a timer. We never did.
All right. See, I'm quite a slow player naturally, so it added an element to me. It definitely added an element of tension to every time I was the Space Marine player. It's like, oh my god, I've got to hurry up, because I'd find myself spending so long thinking about what I'm going to do and everything. So that really did add that element to it, which I really enjoyed actually.
That's good. It's interesting how different gamers, can be a lot more methodical when it comes to actually particularly if they have a strong plan, or if they plan ahead and all this kind of thing.
I think you're giving me way too much credit there. I take a long time to play because I have no idea what I'm doing, and it takes me a very long time to make my mind up. There is no grand plan.
That's equally fine. That's
fine. Yeah. Apparently, it can sometimes make it quite difficult for people to beat me on occasions, because they have no idea what I'm going to do, because I have no idea what I'm going to do. So,
Okay, so
you're
Nick
just chaos
also brings up a really good point.
Huh?
I said you're chaos personified.
Yeah, pretty much. Or orcs personified as well, but I've never played an orc army. But orcs are one that I always really would love to play. Orcs is the army that I've always wanted to play, but never had an army for it.
Is that in 40k or Warhammer?
40k.
Yeah. Great army. Absolutely.
Yeah.
Just
I can't go past orcs.
Yeah, second edition orcs, in my opinion, hands down, they're the best looking models, the best colour schemes. Like,
and
most interesting weapons.
And that is where I, of course, disagree, because I'm third ed totally.
It's an interesting ape, 80. You really love third edition. That's
I really do. I mean, it's like third edition with the orcs that were effectively immune to psychology and break tests. If you're over 12 models, you take you put your leadership check is against how many models are in the mob. So if you're over like 11 or 12, you're never going to fail. Which meant that they fought like I imagined an orc army would fight. It would literally be just like, getting chewed up as they go across the board. But then when they actually finally make it into close combat at the end, I'm gonna, it's like, I've shot you to crap. Just wait until my 10 models get in contact with your 5 Space Marines. Bye Space Marines. Poor Space Marines.
For me, the problem the problem with the third edition Orc is that it lost its identity with they basically got rid of the clans.
Yes.
Like in second edition, you'd have all the different clans, which I thought that was just genius. And then they took that away and made them just one big blob, which I suppose thematically is what maybe you'd imagine it to be like. But I just love the character of all the different clans originally.
I mean, the thing is what they did was they made it a painting choice rather than a rules choice, and I get that too. But the thing is, if you wanted to, you could put together an army that was like a goth army by just having loads of chopper boys, or if you could put together a Bad Moon army by just having lots of guys with big custom shooters and all that kind of thing. You could make you could make an army. You could make those armies into whatever clan you liked. I mean, I had such a love-hate relationship with the clans, really.
Yeah.
I mean, these days I've kind of come back. They've been, particularly in Epic, they've fallen back into favour with me very much, and particularly because in Epic they actually have a character.
Yeah,
they actually, and
they do,
which I really like. But I do understand what you mean. Absolutely. Though it's like, and there was certainly a lot less emphasis in the rules.
Yeah, there was, unfortunately, for my taste. It's just a taste thing,
It's absolutely.
But that was always a favourite thing of mine, was the seeing different clans and how they work differently.
I think for me, the main reason I always liked the second edition Orcs was the colour schemes, actually, because like I said, I never actually used them in the games. And the colour schemes changed, I think it was like Gorkamorka style, so much towards like third edition. But it was just purely that I always really enjoyed and really liked the bright, vibrant mismatch of colours. And I think it was more the fact the departure from that turned me off from Orcs into third edition rather than like the rules. Because like I said, I didn't actually play them, so I don't really know the rules.
Yeah, sure.
Purely like the colour choices and things like that. But at the same time, I think from third edition onwards, they looked more brutal. And way more.
That's what I mean. Thematically, they probably look better in the sense because they probably more what an orc should have been like in a way, but they lose their comicalness. Comical, I can't say it. I don't know what the sort of right word is, but they lose the sort of funniness that they had in the second edition with the clans and the different looks and stuff that they gave them, which for me was a shame.
But then again, if I what was it? I was watching Richard and Jason's Codex reviews, and they were going on about like the Orc Codexes, and I'm sure I remember it correctly where they said like if you look in the second edition Codex for the Orcs, they had colour schemes and everything, but they didn't actually have different rules per se for them. Like they could take different things, like different options.
That's very true.
Yeah, and was it third or fourth edition onwards that Jason was saying that they really started to like bring in the actual like individuality of orcs, like instead of just have like in second ed where they had like a bolter or bolt pistol or things like that. In one of the editions as they went on, they actually had like shooters and choppers and things like that, which had different rules and stuff.
Yeah, no, that started with third edition. Where they they weren't bolters anymore. And the shooters devastating weapon, really good. It's effectively it's like an assault rifle, absolutely, because you can run forward with it and then shoot with it, and depending on your edition, it would fire like 2 shots. Murderous, actually, just it gives me warm feelings thinking about it. It really does. But so yeah, it was the character. A lot of the character they kind of changed, and it was there was a lot more in the way that they named the weapons and the way they fought. The idea of having what you wanted the orcs to be getting across the board into close combat, and in order to be effective in doing that, you need, if you're going to have a gun, a big gun rather than 2 assault weapons. 2 like chopper and 2 close combat weapons. You really want your gun has got to be an assault weapon, because you need to be able to make your 6-inch move and then shoot at the end of that move. And then I think that's where that came from. But I mean, it could all be different now. I've no idea. I mean, I haven't played with orcs for who's that?
Oh, it's a little.
It's Gorgrub.
It's the little leader guy of the.
It's the champion of the Orc Biggins, isn't it? Orc boys.
Yeah. Can't see it very well, though, can you?
I've got to paint one of those, mate.
Yeah, me too. That's what I'm doing now.
Yeah. And you got an Orc shock attack gun there. Let's see.
Oh yeah,
the
I was messing around with him while he was chatting about the Orcs.
Nice, man.
Yeah. I've got to do this guy as well.
Oh yes.
Gorfang
Rocker.
Oh yeah.
Yep, that's it. What's his name again, Josh?
Gorfang Rotgut.
That's it. That's it. Yeah, I've got. See now, this is what drew me to second edition. I love the old Bad Moon Orcs.
Yeah, Bad Moon Orcs, mate.
Oh,
yeah.
those
The
hats
best.
are really nice.
They're just the best.
The Smurf hats. Yeah.
Can't see it very well. Yeah, the Smurf hats. So good.
Yeah.
Loads of them. I've got loads to do.
Oh, mate, me too. I've got so many. I don't think I'll ever paint all mine in my lifetime. I think, unless I retire very soon.
I worry about that as well.
Yeah.
I think this is one of my favourite orc knobs.
Yeah, me too.
He's so good. He's so
favourite as
iconic.
well.
Yeah,
he's brilliant. He's really nice.
Done in a nice Bad Moon colour scheme. He's beautiful.
For anybody who's looking for a classic Rogue Trader second edition Orc army, I know a guy who just helped just identify all the models in his collection. It looks like his friend has given him all this stuff.
What?
Because he just says, look, I just don't think I'm ever going to do anything with it. My kids are not interested in it. And I don't want to die with all this stuff sitting here, you know what I mean, in the garage or whatever. So he just gave him all this stuff, just offloaded all this shit to him, and he's saying to me, can you just tell me what this stuff is, and I'll have to write it down and work out how much it's worth and everything like that.
Jesus.
So I got him in touch with my great sponsor Scott at Black Arrow Minis to see if he wanted it.
Yeah.
And he could acquire it and sell it secondhand. But if anybody who's after one, it's massive. It's huge. Loads and loads and loads and loads of stuff.
If I had the money and I had the room, yeah.
But yeah, I don't know how much he wants for it though. That's the thing. Like I can't really give him prices. I'm not in that kind of market. You know what I mean? I
Yeah.
don't know what things are worth. I just say, like, if it's an Orc Knob Rogue Trader guy in Mega Armor, I'm thinking £10 a model.
Probably about that. Well, it should be at least.
Well,
And
probably
per
a bit more
boy,
than that for the old ones.
well, that's the thing. Like, if you say you're going to sell it as a lot, then you would sort of lower the margins down to say, okay, well, you sort of itemize each thing to make it a bulk sale and sell them. If you just put that one thing up on eBay, yeah, okay, so you could probably ask for 25 quid, 30 quid for it. But as a whole lot, you just trying to get rid of it and say, okay, I just want to get out of it and just give it to somebody who wants it. Then So if you're looking for a huge Orc army for Rogue Trader 2nd edition, let me know, and I'll get you in touch with him. And if he hasn't sold it already to Black Arrow, I don't know what's happened with that, but yeah, let's see what happens.
Sounds amazing.
All right, let's get through the comments here. Guys. Where we're up to. Okay, so this is a question for 80 here. So, were you ever involved in the Global Eye of Terror campaign? 80?
No.
Short answer.
There's a quick answer.
Okay, good. Yeah, well, I don't even
remember it. I don't even remember it. I say that I might have been. I just honestly can't remember. Don't think so.
Was that 4th edition, 5th edition, or I don't even know what it is.
Probably a 3rd edition thing, or 3rd or 4th. Yeah.
No idea.
I can't remember. I think it might have been 2nd ed. I can't remember myself actually now.
Was this the campaign that made Andy Chambers leave Games Workshop? Is this the one where? No, wasn't it? Okay, it was like the outcome wasn't what. The outcome was determined, but Games Workshop wasn't going to have it, basically. And they decided they were going to just change the outcome altogether, even though all the players had, participated and given the results, and through just playing games and determining who was the winner, who was the loser. But Games Workshop just wasn't going to acknowledge that, and they just changed it in the end anyway. So I know that I think that Andy got really pissed off with them about that. So I think that's sort of, whether that's true or not, I don't know. And he left because of that. I don't know. But
don't know.
Okay, so James says, "Impressed you guys aren't painting with magnifying specs, mate. I've got them here and I've got them over there. I've got everywhere. So magnifying specs are galore." Johnny's a lot younger than me, and Danny's wearing
I've never
magnifying
used
specs.
them.
And 80
I need glasses.
No. I always end up taking my glasses off.
Yeah. Yeah, you need to
So
take glasses off.
excited.
Yeah. No, that's good, mate. That's nice. I wish I had
I'm
that
long-sighted in my age now, so I can see distances brilliantly. But you put anything this small up close to my face, and it's just a blur now.
I think everything's a blur for me now.
Because you're drunk.
You get to, no, it's just my eyes, mate. This is my eyes. Josh, when you manage to get to Boyle, you have to take a foot of Gork or Mork template. Yeah, that was in that in the White Dwarf we covered with Cody yesterday, 215, where at Games Day they had someone made a big hot splat template. Oh, hello.
Yeah, wave.
Yeah, bless him.
There you go, mate. Hey, there he is.
Oh,
Looking at, he's eyeing off those orcs, mate. He's eyeing off those orcs.
He's going to go for a minute.
My straight in his mouth.
My step granddaughter is one. Absolutely.
Oh, one too.
Yeah.
Yeah, gorgeous, aren't they?
Oh, she's just beautiful.
Yeah.
And she loves her grandpa as well, which is which I quite like.
Even better.
Yeah.
Grandpa's
what up to the grandpa?
That's it.
Oh! Have a frightened him.
Okay.
Well, he's off. or a giant template. Yeah, I think that'd be a good idea. I really like those pictures in that White Dwarf we covered with Cody yesterday of the hop splat gun or whatever it was. Was it a hop splat gun template? Whatever it was funny. Yeah, it was nice to see that. It was cool. Oh, nice. Orcs. Minimundus. 3rd edition made the Orcs lame. Well, there you go. Say how you feel, man.
That's fighting talk for you, Aiden.
Yeah. 2nd edition Orcs, Buzzer Squeak templates everywhere glorious. Yeah, the Buzzer Squeak templates are brilliant. Yep. Orcs should also look like they're having fun. Much as I love the Brian Nelson Orcs, not that many look like they're having fun. Yeah, I think Brian is an absolutely genius sculptor, but I just didn't really like his Orcs at all, to be honest. I know many people absolutely love them. So yeah, just not my kind of. Yeah, you love them, mate. Yeah, I know a lot of people love them, and
yeah, absolutely.
But he
put so many together. It's crazy.
Yeah, I think he's an absolute fantastic. Like if you look at the White Dwarf, where they showed the miniatures that he used in his interview. He did like an ogre, and he did like a dwarf, and maybe like a human mercenary or something like a set of adventurers. Just generic kind of heroes, fantasy heroes. They look absolutely brilliant. And I just don't know why they just didn't get him to do more of those kind of things, and they just stuck him with Orcs all the time. Orcs. I think the Lord of the Rings stuff is brilliant. His stuff for Lord of the Rings was amazing.
Oh, his Lord of the Rings stuff's beautiful. Absolutely amazing.
Yeah, absolutely gorgeous stuff. Yeah. So. Okay, Danny, here we go.
Oh, don't worry, mate.
Those Orcs.
Yeah, no, Orcs in Epic, but unfortunately, it's definitely going to be Eldar in 40k. I'm afraid, sci-fi, my man.
Do you want to do an army? Do you want to do an Eldar army for 40k?
Yeah.
Really?
Yeah. I'm currently in the process. I've got most of the Exarch warriors. I've got some of the Guardians. I need to get some jet bikes and that lot. I want to go.
Have you got any of the Aspect warriors?
Yeah.
Oh,
I've got.
That's fine.
Yeah,
I've got a ton of them. That's all.
All right. Yeah, no, I've got. It was Rich from Bring and Battle donated a whole load of them to me. I've got. I mean, they're 4th edition ones. I think some of them are, but they're quite interesting sculpts. So I'm gonna try and paint them up in the bright 2nd edition sort of colours.
Cool.
Try and see that, because I did that with the Howling Banshees. I think it was the 4th edition Banshees that I had. So I painted them up in the 2nd edition colour scheme. And apart from the fact that they come with Shrieking pistols instead of las pistols, they actually work really well. Like, the only Eldar sculpts I really wasn't keen on were actually I think it was the 3rd edition sculpts, because they looked way too pointy. They kind of looked like Dark Eldar stuff to me more than Eldar.
Well, I always really like the ones that I've got all the Jez Goodwin stuff. They're really, really early.
Yeah, that's the best stuff. Best stuff.
Absolutely beautiful. The thing is I know. I mean, I've painted some of them up, and I've got so much of this stuff, but I know I'm never going to do anything with it. It'll just.
All right.
So I need to.
Oh yeah.
Oh yeah. That's it. Yeah.
Oh yeah, so I wish like I've got like the 3rd edition, the 4th edition ones, but I think I've got the Exarchs are all the 2nd edition ones. Maybe they're Rogue Trader era as well. I've got some Guardians. I definitely need more Guardians. But yeah, no, once I get around to it, I'm gonna go through, keep looking at where I get my inspiration for battle lists is White Dwarfs. I love reading some of the old battle reports with the White Dwarfs and looking at the Eldar armies and like the Space Marine armies and things like that that'll pop up in those. Same for Epic. That's where I'm getting all my inspiration for Epic armies. Yeah. It's from battle reports in the White Dwarfs, which I really enjoy.
That's a good place to start, actually.
Yeah. A really handy place to get some good ideas to go from, especially like myself, because like I said, I didn't play it back in the day, so like reading the battle reports was how I got introduced to it even then anyway. So when I look at what the battle lists were done for that, it's like, there we go. So that's similar to what I want, and basically go for it. And it works out that most of the lists are always pretty decent anyway. I think the Chaos list I want to do first of all is I've got a load of the Plague Towers and some of the Slanesh little knights and stuff like that in there. Yeah. That one, I'm looking forward to that one.
Cool. Okay, so we've got a question here. Can I see Jonny's army without buying White Dwarf magazine? And you sure can. I'm just going to share. Now, I think Nick knows this anyway, but if anybody didn't know, Jonny has his own YouTube channel. So you can go here and you can actually follow his entire progress of actually making this Howling Griffin's army. So just go back through here. Maybe is it a playlist at all, mate?
There might be a playlist. Yeah, I can't remember. It should be. But yeah, just got up.
Here we go. This one. I think it's this one here. I'm not gonna play it, but basically, just go in there. You'll find it, and you can see. Oops.
Sorry, that's loud. But yeah.
Yeah, you better not play it, Josh. He's famous now. He might copyright strike you.
So you can check it out there and find it. There you are. Oh, thank you very much, mate. Thank you. That's very kind of you.
I can do a quick sweep by on the phone. 'Cause I'm on my phone today, so if they want to see it.
Thank you very much, mate. I really appreciate that. I blame the Crown of Command why I now have a huge old Skaven army that needs paint. Oh, good on you, mate. Thank you. Appreciate that.
Even.
Okay, let's have a look here from Jonny's shelf. There you go.
Can you see that?
There's a background noise. Noise.
Sorry about that.
Of the chibi angels in the background, the cherubs.
Got some of the. I don't know if you can see it very well.
Yeah, awesome, mate.
Yeah, a few of them anyway.
Yeah.
Oh, there's the Orcs.
Hey, there they are.
Hey.
Oh, lovely. I do like the banners. Oh, I love banners.
The banners are lovely.
Okay. That's work in progress. Both of them really. Still got quite a lot to do on them. The problem is you run out of you lose the momentum, don't you? And you end up doing something else. Oh wait.
Gorgeous little guy. Yep, there he is. He wants Papa's attention. Hey, doesn't he? He's like a little Gretchen.
That's great.
Okay.
Guys, I'm going to have to push off.
Yeah, no, that's fine, Eddie. Well, mate, thank you so much again. It was such a nice surprise to see you in coming in tonight, so I really appreciate it, mate.
I always really enjoy it. If I can drop in, I always will. It's fun, and I love chatting to everybody. It's really great. It's just that usually on a Saturday night I'm out working, sort of out.
Yeah.
I'm either doing the sound for Jules or I'm playing drums. Yeah. It's one or the other, and so Saturday nights and Sundays too. I mean, this month we've done so many kind of Sunday gigs. It's been crazy, but yeah. I always love dropping in. It's great fun. It's great fun to chat about stuff. So I'll see you, mate. Gentlemen, later.
Yes, indeed. It's been a pleasure as always, mate.
Absolutely.
All right. See you later.
We'll do another one around this time anyway for you, Eddie, so you can come and join us next time, mate. Okay. Thank you.
Fantastic.
Take care, mate.
And Eddie,
have a good day.
Eddie, I'll be in contact about getting a game in soon. So we'll arrange something very, very soon.
Yeah,
Awesome.
That's what we should probably go on Messenger, and so we can actually talk face to face about the easier, and then we can try and see if we can get our logistics to work and what have you.
Yeah, definitely. Right. Absolutely.
Gentlemen, brilliant. See you later. Bye.
Okay, thanks, Eddie. Bye-bye, mate. See ya. Good night. Well, good day in your case, actually.
Yeah.
Tell you what, my missus will kill
Hey,
me if
Jared,
she knew that I
mate.
was on this.
She'll give you a good
Looking after
clip
the
around the
kids
ear,
while-
mate, would she? Yeah, a
Looking
loving
after the kids while
embrace
painting.
with a rolling pin, no doubt. Yeah. All right, guys. Well, it's good to see so many people in the chat coming to say hello and everything and interacting with us. It's really nice of you, so appreciate that. I mean, if it works out for Danny and if it works out for anybody else, I think this is a great time to do it. Actually, I didn't think it would be that many people here, but it works out well.
It's good because
Yeah.
people get to. Well, if they're in the UK, it's Saturday after sort of coming up to lunchtime. You know, if you're not doing anything,
Yeah.
sit down, have a little watch.
Yeah, that's right. Yep. Yeah, that's
It's not
good.
actually a bad time for me because I will have the kids, but
Yeah, because
No.
your missus is a nurse, isn't she, mate?
no.
You're-
She does wedding hair and makeup. She's got a wedding hair and makeup business.
Ah,
So
right.
obviously Saturday,
Every
Sunday,
weekend.
that's-
Yeah.
yeah, wedding time,
Right.
especially in the summer.
Yeah, of course,
Right.
mate. Yeah. Okay. Right. Okay. That makes sense. My girl's the same, mate. She's always beating the weekends and
Yeah.
doing, all that kind of stuff, that beautician work as well. So here comes Rich, enjoying a cuppa with the missus in a cafe and have put you crazy kids on. She's giving me a look. I bet. There's a cup of tea, mate. Cup of tea. That morning glory, I hope.
Yeah.
It's still early, mind. Yeah, well, what's it, about 12 or 1 o'clock there now? I don't know.
Yeah, it's 1 o'clock in the afternoon now, nearly. It's
Yeah, 1 o'clock in the afternoon. Bloody hell, Sci-Fi.
not quite. It's 10 to.
Mind you, I know Sci-Fi is always up, like, really into the early hours of the morning. When I'm on Discord here in Japan, he's usually awake, or he's really awake early in the morning here. So
I think Sci-Fi's on this more than we are sometimes.
yeah, no,
He's always
Sci-Fi's
in the
here
chat.
all the time. Always here, mate. He's the most dedicated chatterer in the Natter chatter. That's for sure. So that's cool to see. Okay, well, I better get to work. We've actually gone through all the comments, which is great. My boy's just put himself to sleep, which is amazing. I thought he was going to come in and say, "Hey, come on, get in here, old man, and take me to bed," but he's already gone to bed, so that's good.
Yeah, I do always quite like it when I go upstairs and realise that my youngest has decided to take himself off to bed early.
Yeah, yeah. I was so surprised he did that because he's usually always, asking me to take him to bed for him, like take him to bed, and I have to go to sleep as well. Which in most cases I don't mind, but for tonight, of course, I want to be, painting and doing stuff. So that worked out well.
I'm just going to go make myself a fresh cup of tea. Oh, it looks like Johnny's disappeared as well for a second.
Yeah, mate, that's okay. You go make yourself a tea, mate. That's fine.
Yep, I shall be back in a couple.
All right. So, Mini Mundus, can you tell us what kind of Skaven you got, mate? So I've got a box of Skaven here too. It might be nice to go through those actually. So I need to actually start painting that. Actually, that'd be for the next video. To go through what I've got there.
What commission are you working on, Josh?
Well, just in front of me, I've got some Foundry miniatures from for a commission I'm doing for a guy in the States. A good mate, David.
Sorry, Josh, I'm getting called.
You're right.
Yeah.
You're okay. You're right, mate. It's getting a bit difficult for you. I know. I've been there and done that, but I was only for one little boy, and he's got three little Kiddlewinkles. So that would be challenging. Okay, let me see if I can get this thing going on. Let's see if I can hook up this camera so we can show you. Put this away. And see if I can hook this camera up here. Let's see. Camera. Oh, it does work. Ready? Go on the workbench. I'll have to move all this stuff out of the way. No time to work. It's time to talk Skaven. Our beloved Ratman. So this box just contains stuff that is going to be for the next quest on the Advanced HeroQuest series that we're doing with our grand storyteller Owen Staten. He's really edging to go. He says, "Hey Josh, when are we going to do the next one?" I said, "Mate, we got to wait until I finish painting all the stuff. I've got quite a lot to paint yet, so you got to give me a while, mate. You know." So he's dead keen. He's dead keen to do it. Yeah, look, if you haven't watched it, please go and check it out, because I'm a little bit sort of bummed out by the amount of views it got. I only got like 1,400 views, which is really sad for such a great video series. I think Owen really deserves.
I'd agree. It's really good watch, really good. Yeah,
it really kind of confused me. Maybe it's just the algorithm screwing me again. I wouldn't be surprised.
That's what it would be. The algorithm, absolutely, definitely. But it's not due to the quality of the video. The video is brilliant.
No, the videos are fantastic, mate. You know, I love those. I think.
I wish I could do a video
absolutely brilliant
like that. That'd be amazing.
That's like, those videos are kind of my dream videos to do. You know, that's like I've reached the peak of what I really wanted to set out doing it initially, but I just didn't know how to do it. I just didn't have the voice and didn't have the knowledge and skills of how to put all that stuff together. But now, after all these years of making videos and all that, and knowing Owen, it sort of makes it much more of a reality. Okay, so we've got loads of stuff. I might have to turn them around so you can see it the other way. So we've got a warp fire thrower here. Got a classic Klansman dude. Love this.
What era are they, Josh? How old are they, most models?
Well, I think the majority, like at least 99% of them, are going to be 1980, 86, 87, 88, around there. Jez Gooden ones. All these ones are. There's a slave there. Now this one, he's of the old type slave, but this is of the new type slave. That's like a late 5th edition model. That one there, but they're so small and so cute. I quite like those. So thanks to, again, Scott at Black Arrow Minis, my sponsor at Crown of Command, for actually donating those to me, which is incredible.
Oh wow, that's nice.
Yeah, really bloody blown away by him, mate. He's a top bloke, Scott. So he really helped me out, because for me to financially to buy all that, it's cost quite a few pennies these days, I've noticed.
Yeah, absolutely.
So they're the slaves. We've got a champion here. We've got a few other characters. We've got a Night Runner guy with a sling. We've got a cool guy here. I think that's 80's first miniature, actually. I think we talked about that before in his interview. That's his very first model that he bought. Skaven with a warp pistol, warp lock pistol. But okay, cool. So Mini Mundus has all those miniatures by the sound of things. That's awesome. Yeah, and Jez Goodhams are the best. I think so too, man. I think the Jez Goodham Skaven, you just can't beat them. Especially like guys like this. I mean, that's like just awesome. Love that model. Absolutely brilliant.
I mean, quite often any of the sculpts he does, you can't beat, can you? Really?
Yeah, and considering their age, I mean, they haven't aged. And especially this one, it's better than a lot of modern models. I think this is much better.
Yeah.
Personally. But yeah, I converted this dwarf, and there's a reason for that. You'll probably find out when I do the video, if you can see him. But I've actually got this Slayer. He's got a hammer, and so I'll do a little conversion there. But there's a reason for that. But you'll find out later. So yeah, really happy to and excited to put that adventure together. But there's quite a lot of work between now and then, as you can probably know. And we've got some other stuff coming in the mail that I purchased, and some gifts from my good mate Dave as well. Some more skaters. So we'll definitely have enough to run quite a few adventures, I'd say, for Advanced HeroQuest. And I want to try to do that for HeroQuest too, because a lot of the Advanced HeroQuest missions and scenarios, they mirrored them for HeroQuest. So I'd like to do those at some point as well and play them and see how they go.
Hey, Josh, I've got a quick question for you, actually.
Mate.
On the bases for your dungeon crawlers, you've done this sort of creamy browny sort of tiled effect.
Yep.
How did you do that?
Okay, so that's going to be part of the video as well, because I'm going to make a video of how I actually painted those. Because a few people asked me about that, and I'm going to do a video where I paint those bases, make them, paint them. I know Sci-Fi is working on his as well, so he's working on his own ones. So they look really nice too. He's doing a really good job on those. Basically, just made them out of plastic card. Let me just grab some for you. Hang on a tick.
Yep.
So I've made quite a few here. You can see them here. Yeah.
Yeah.
And one's actually popped off, so it's actually just a bit of plastic card, mate. Just a bit of plastic card like that.
So how thin is it? About a millimeter, like a couple of mil thin?
It's a millimeter thick.
Millimeter thick, yeah. And you're just placing them on top of the square bases, I assume, and just
cut them out about 17 mil square, and then glue them straight on top of the base.
Then you
base coat them. Then score them. Yeah, just score them with a sharp knife and cut off little bits and pieces around the edges.
Yeah.
I've cut into it because the glue melts it, so I can cut in and cut out bits out of it, so you can stick them on top, so it looks like debris, like rocks and everything, small rocks sitting on top of the base. But anyhow, I'll get the video up this week, mate, so you can see how I painted them and look at the preview for the next lot of miniatures we're going to paint.
Yeah, I'll definitely be watching that then.
Yeah, I'm halfway through your video, mate, because you did like an update for the models you've got, and I've got just past the two snotling pump wagons.
Oh yeah,
and
two of them.
Yeah, they look really nice too. Yeah, they were great pickup, mate. Awesome.
Yeah, they're good, reasonably priced as well. So that's why I went for them, and I went for two because I thought they're so reasonably priced, I won't win them at that price. Do you know what I mean? And so I put a bid on both, thinking I'll get one maybe, and I ended up getting both. So not a bad thing. I'll add two to the army. It's all good. But yeah. I've got a little painting video on the way on Monday coming out.
Oh, right.
Yeah. So I'm
okay. Well, I look forward to that, man. Yeah, I'm glad you're doing that. Not a very long one. Great.
It's not a very long one. It's just it's an epic one.
Okay, cool. Epic. Nice.
So
okay. Something to do with Storm Boys?
Yeah, it'd be obviously the Storm Boys, which is obviously what I painted recently.
Okay, good on you, mate.
So yeah, it's obviously not a very long one because there's not much to paint, but yeah, look out for that.
Oh, okay, I will do that, mate. Yeah, definitely. And anybody who doesn't know, please check out Johnny Watson Gaming YouTube channel. We've got Danny at Nostalgiahammer Hobbies YouTube channel. We'll have a look at that in a minute too to see what. I know Danny hasn't put a video up for a while. I know he's struggling. He wants to do it.
Yeah, no, I haven't got around to putting anything up this year yet. I'm feeling bad. I just haven't got the time to finish off what I want to do for the video. I'm getting there.
All right, so you're getting there. You're getting there, mate. You're getting there. So that's the main thing. So just quick shout out to.
Sorry.
Just quick shout out to Mini Mundus because he says, Josh, I'm the guy from Austria who sold you the corn chips years ago. This is from Man of War, and now I remember who this person is. Have you painted them? I want to see them in action, mate. I haven't. I'm really sorry, but I'm really going to try to do it this year because I started cleaning them up and prepping them to paint, and I just haven't got around to painting them. It's always the same because in the business that I'm in. Hey, how you going? Hello.
This is Bonnie.
Hi, Bonnie. How you going?
You say hello. You say hello.
Konnichiwa.
Josh is from Japan. He's from Japan. But he sounds very much like an Australian for some reason. I don't know why.
Yeah. Konnichiwa.
Do you want to say hello?
But yeah, I haven't painted them yet. Sorry.
Yeah.
I'll have to get around to it. I promise. It's going to be in a big Man of War update this year, I hope. Fingers crossed.
Oh, I can't wait for that one.
Yeah, I think it's on the cards, mate. I think a lot of people enjoy the Man of War. I love Man of War. I just don't get enough time to play it, but I'm definitely going to do it before Nick goes back home. We're definitely going to play a game because I know he really enjoys it too. Okay. I've been using a scriber to cut cracks. Oh, that's cool on his bases. Okay, scriber, that's a really good idea too. Yep. Awesome. You can make Epic Store Boys a little bit more... okay, with a bit more wire and cotton wool, the entire stand explodes and takes off. Okay, yeah, I means people do that. That's pretty good, actually. Yeah, love the battle reports, mate. Yeah, we'll definitely do some more Man of War this year, no doubt. You know, there's a Viking fleet I want to paint up. There's an Orc fleet I want to finish off. There's those corn ships I want to do, and there's another set of the. Let me try to grab them. They're just here, which I've also bought. I think I bought these off you, mate. Actually, I think I bought these off you, buddy. I think it was either you or another guy in the UK that I bought these off. But I got these. I really want to paint as well. The sea monster.
Oh wow!
Yeah, so I love these figures, man. Love them. Yeah, absolutely love them. So I think I bought this off you as well, Mini Mundus. That was a while ago. Certainly feels that way. Here we go. Here's the corn chips. Iron sharks.
Oh, complete with the masks.
I started painting them. So I've actually got paint on them. I've forgotten about it. So here we go. Just for you. Mini Mundus, thank you enormously for your donation. And for that, mate, I'm definitely going to start painting these up. So I actually didn't realise I actually put some paint on them. That's how long it's been, mate. Now, I've got a blood ship here. Let's see what he looks like.
Here, Danny, can you paint with two children hanging off your back?
No, I can do it with one, but not two.
My skills, no bounds.
Yeah.
Oh, mate, this is a classic picture. I'm gonna blow this up. That's awesome. I love that. There he is. He loves it, mate. He loves it. He wouldn't live a day without it.
Oh god!
And when all three grow up, he's going to say, "Kids, please bring over the grandkids. Yeah, bring the grandkids over so they can hang over me and on me when I paint at the painting table."
This is the reality of hobby for me.
Yeah,
it's just
it's a true father's love there, in a nutshell.
You're cheeky, ain't you? Yeah. You are.
Okay, there you go, Mini Mundus. There we go. So paint on it. I did actually paint them. So that's as far as I got, mate. So let's get some paint on these guys. Okay, because this is all about me painting my own stuff, isn't it? Not me doing work stuff. I'm doing the work stuff the other day.
These are orcs.
Some orcs. You got an orky voice there.
Yes, you're very orky voice.
Yeah. Yeah. A London accent, eh?
Yeah.
God, blimey, it's an orc.
go and get some hot water to
Okay.
give my.
An Orc's accent is better than an Australian accent anyway, Wilson.
Okay, mate. What does gore blimey mean, actually? Gore blimey.
Oh, blimey. I thought it was an Australian phrase.
Is it?
I
You
thought it
sure?
was. Gore blimey. Stone the
Gore
crows.
blimey. Is it really? Okay. What's an
I don't
English
know.
one then?
Who knows? You're the Australian. You should know it.
I'll have to watch Open All Hours again because they had some classic ones in there.
Oh
that,
yeah.
I'm trying to think of
Oh,
now.
what a series.
That's brilliant. I love that. I love those shows.
I love that you love all those old. They're such great
Oh mate,
comedies.
love them. Yeah, absolutely love them.
Oh no, dropping them.
Hey Hilly, how you going? Looks like your hubby's going to make some hot water now in the kitchen there.
Hot water.
Hot water. Boil the
Look, that's
hot
Josh.
water.
You can just see him now. Look, he's just there. He's painting there. Look, see. Give him that. Yeah, that's these ones.
And some orcs at the
Yeah, we've got
back
loads.
behind.
We've got loads. Yeah, lots of them. Right.
Yeah, I'm actually keen to get these on the table, actually, in the seascape. We're going to do that. Let's do it. Let's man of war it up. Man up.
Is that what you're looking at? Is that what you're painting, Man of War?
Yeah, because Mini Mundus, I bought these off him years ago. And after just taking them out of the box, I realized I actually started painting them years ago. And now it's time to finish them. It's a Man of War challenge, mate.
Hey Josh, question for you then. What red do you use for your bright 90s red? What's your go-to red?
That's the blood red from Vallejo model color, mate.
Right, okay. So bloody red, that one?
That's the one? Yeah, bloody red.
Bloody red.
Hang on a sec. Just give me 1 second. Yeah, you want the new one, mate. This one. This bloody... Yeah, the new one's much brighter.
Okay. Yeah.
Like 100 times brighter.
Oh, it is, yeah. It is much brighter, isn't it?
Yeah, the other one's much... It's a lot duller, that one.
Yeah.
The old one.
Okay, I need to upgrade my red.
Upgrade.
So that's a little bit more like...
It sounds like a Space Crusade. It sounds like a Space Crusade phrase.
That one's a little bit more like this one, which is a scarlet red.
Yeah, that's... Yeah.
It's like the old scarlet red.
Yeah, it is. It actually is, yeah.
A little bit.
Yeah, just use that, it'll be right.
Yeah.
I
do. They might be both the same, yeah. But I think they've changed the colour a little bit. The manufacturer has. Danny, what are you working on, mate?
I'm doing some more of the space dwarfs, but I'm just giving my rattle can a bath in hot water.
Oh, right. That's what I was for.
Okay.
Yeah, no, it's because I use the high coat, which is basically a car body primer, and it can be. I mean, I wouldn't say it's got texture to it, but it doesn't necessarily always go down as smoothly as like something like a Tamiya primer or something.
Right.
But I find if you give it, like 3-4 minutes I just put it in a measuring jug with hot water. What I do is I let the hot water out the tap run as hot as it's possibly going to get. But then I also bung in a little bit of boiling hot water straight out the kettle as well.
Yeah.
Now, I'm not necessarily saying that that's an advisable thing to do because you might run the risk of heating the can up too much and blowing yourself up. But I've never done it. So, it's not like you're sitting it on a hob or anything, boiling it up. So, as long as it's just really hot water, leave that to warm it up sort of thing. And it really helps the paint to mix up in the rattle can and provide a much smoother coat.
Right. Okay. Well, all right. There you go. I've never done that before, mate. So
I recommend it because I've tried like the GW primers. Like the GW primers, yeah, they're good, but they're a bit pricey for what they are, if you ask me. I've tried the Tamiya extra fine stuff, Very, very good primer, like extremely good primer. But it's even more expensive than the Games Workshop stuff because you only get a small little can of it. Although it does seem to go a long way. But I found just like for getting a nice, being a commission paint and stuff like that, especially you don't want to be spending, £12+ on 2 or 3 cans of primer to do one army job,
Nah.
So like, I find like this high coat stuff is really good. And give it that nice hot warm bath. And I've never had any problems with texture or thickness or anything else like that. It always goes down really nice and smooth, everything.
Oh, cool. Okay. Well, as long as you don't blow yourself up with it, I suppose.
Yeah.
Jonny's still struggling with the kids there, mate.
Yeah, I'm trying to convince them to move on.
Yeah, bugger off, basically.
Go find something else fun to do.
It's not going to happen, is it? I'm having to keep muting the mic so when they start getting loud.
That's fine, mate. That's okay. That's all right. I hope your missus is not watching this.
Yeah, can you imagine?
Yeah.
You're supposed to be looking after him. You're here, aren't you? Trying to paint. I've given up painting, so it's got too hard. Can't do it.
You can't do it.
Well, no, because you're on me. You're hanging on me like a monkey.
You're gonna
I know you do.
You're gonna get them all painting, mate. Get all the kids painting. That's the answer.
This is my insurance for a little bit in a few years. We get games in with these guys. You'll play with me, wouldn't you?
Yeah.
Yeah, of course you would.
And there we go.
Yeah.
Mute yourself whilst I'm rattling the living daylights out of the can.
I wouldn't worry about that, mate.
Well, someone's got the War Games. Was it War Games terrain book?
Oh yeah, she's got the. You gonna show Josh what book you're looking at? Can you see?
Give us a look. Wow, look at that. War Games terrain. Wow. Awesome.
Good book,
Do you like that book?
We've actually built a house out of that book together, haven't we, Bonnie? We used this book a little while ago, didn't we? It's a good book, that one.
Did we make it?
Yeah, we made the house. We made the little hut. It's on
Oh yeah.
front pages. That one, we made that.
I like that little hut.
Mate, it's all happening. We've got Danny out there spraying.
Mama.
And Jonny with the kids.
Yeah.
Yes, use your normal hobby hangout.
Yeah.
Sorry, Josh, I'm ruining your hobby
No,
hangout.
not at all, mate. It's been very entertaining. Very entertaining. Good to meet the kids. The wife will be next.
Yeah. She doesn't go over the threshold of that door. She doesn't like coming in here.
Yeah, no. Mine's the same, mate. Mine's the same.
All right, buddy.
She'll catch something if she enters here.
Yeah, that's.
She'll have this. Yeah.
Buddy. Calm down. I know. Do you want to go see Orson for a bit?
You make that little.
Right. I'll do a little question for the guys watching. So if the guys watching there, if you can answer this, what paint sets are your favourite paint sets or paint manufacturers? What is everyone using?
Great question, mate.
I must say, I've actually
many
just
out
started branching out into using Vallejo stuff, and I'm really
good.
liking them. They're really nice paint, actually.
Yeah, man. They're the greatest paints, mate. I think, anyway. I'm even painting with Vallejo brushes.
Yeah, I see that.
Yeah, right.
I'll be speaking Spanish soon, before the end of the stream.
I say I really do like the green stuff well brushes. They're very nice.
You've got me looking at the Vallejo brushes, seeing you using them actually. Oh. I was going to buy one actually the other day.
Yeah. Yeah, just give it a try.
Daddy,
I think you'll like them.
Can we make that hat again?
Yeah. I think I'm winning, Josh. Look, I've got this one to sleep.
Oh, lovely. we bought him to sleep now.
Well, it's like watching
For the
paint dry.
live stream. Yeah, exactly. It is, isn't it? It's all the struggling and saying, I want to get this, I want to try that, I want to pick this up, put it in my mouth, and you just tried and just gave up. You know?
He's gone. Too much. Right. Start.
What's this one? Also black.
So, Danny, did you say you've only just started using Vallejo?
Yeah.
I
Yeah,
mean,
just started using them. My missus got me one of the little starter sets that goes along with it, so I pick it. Basically, every time what I'm doing is every time I need to replace a paint from the Games Workshop range, I just I replace it with the closest Vallejo one that I can find and go through there. Basically, that's what I'm doing.
Cheaper and better, but
yeah, cheaper and better, mate. Cheaper and better.
But Sci-Fi saying that he uses the GW ones. He's used them for years. The GW ones are good. They're just expensive. That's the problem.
Yeah.
See, I'll be honest, because you do get, I think you get slightly more in the GW pots than you do the Vallejo ones, don't you? Or
no, they are smaller. I think the Vallejo are about 18 mil, whereas the GW is about 12 or 14.
Yeah. No, I'm completely wrong. Hang on, I'm looking at the 12 now, and now I'm going to look at 17 mil. Yeah. So no, you're getting less. So no, Games Workshop paints are a rip-off. Yeah. The only thing that I would find the only reason that I'm trying to go over to the Vallejo ones over the GW ones is because I find that the newer GW paints aren't, even though they've got higher pigment levels in them, they're not as vibrant as they used to be.
Mm.
For example, the I think it's Evil Sun Scarlet. The new Evil Sun Scarlet, if you put it next to one out a few years ago, it's just a little bit almost, I don't know how to put it, slightly duller. So it's, I don't know what it is, but they just seem to have lost that brightness and vibrancy to them that a lot is basically it's what I'm trying to get from the paints, because especially trying to go for the more old hammer aesthetic, old hammer look.
If that's happened, Danny, if that's happened, it might be because they have changed the manufacturer, the people who make the paints possible.
Yeah.
What
See, I have tried some Green Stuff World paints. I've tried the Green Stuff World Colour Shift paints. Those are really nice. I don't think they work through a paintbrush, but through an airbrush, they work really well.
So for me, the range that's impressed me the most recently is this AK.
Daddy!
Oh, yeah.
The AK Interactive range. Really nice range, this.
Yeah.
Daddy, look what
It's got a nice consistency. Funny. It's got a nice consistency and thickness. A thinness and thickness like it.
Yeah.
It's got a nice viscosity. Yes, that's black powder. Yeah. Good girl. Right. Yeah, Sci-Fi saying about the dropper bottles. I mean, that's the key sometimes. That's the one thing of the GW stuff is why they refuse to use dropper bottles. I do not know. Well, I think I do know, because the thing gets gunked up and you have to buy a new one before you even use the paint. I suppose that's why.
I don't know. I think some of it. I don't know. I forget where I heard this reasoning for GW not changing their pots over is that whilst it wouldn't be, I mean, it's not like they'll have to redesign the labels or anything else like that. Maybe that would be too hard. But I think I heard one of the biggest things that stops them doing it is that they would basically have to redesign and resupply every single shop's painting racks.
Oh, right.
Because the painting racks would be the wrong size, because obviously they're made for the GW pots.
Yeah,
I mean,
that's true.
now I say that out loud, that doesn't really sound viable. To be fair, that doesn't sound valid to me. But that was a reasoning that I did hear from somebody at some point. I can't remember where. I'm sure it was somebody that was in worked for Games Workshop. I'm sure it was. I'm not sure now.
It's plausible.
I think you do have to be careful, though. I've heard, like, with dropper bottles, the only thing you've got to be careful with them is that they still get that little spot of paint that dries on them, like the GW ones do. But instead of being on the rim, it's down in the little nozzle part. So, like, you'll have it sometimes where nothing will come out, and then you'll squeeze it that bit too hard, and then you've got half a painted pot.
Absolutely.
Half a pot of paint exploded all over your wet palette.
Yeah. I mean, you get stuff like this happen where you can't see that very well, but it's all sort of bubbling up. Yeah, that happens. Yeah, you got to clean them out properly here and there.
Yeah.
But in general, for control of use of your paints, these you can't beat.
Yeah.
You know, and like this one, straight away, this doesn't close properly. It's all gunked up around the. You know, you got to clean it around here, and you know.
Oh yeah, no, definitely. Games Workshop pots are a nightmare for that. I don't think I've got a pot of paint that actually seals properly unless I've actually gone through and cleaned it recently.
Yeah, exactly. And that's
yeah.
Pop the lid, clog it up, and that helps.
Nah, you never know though. It might be tongue in cheek. It might not be tongue in cheek. That might be Games Workshop's sinister marketing plan. And to be honest, I wouldn't put it past them.
Dan, you need to put your tinfoil hat on, mate.
Oh yeah.
Yeah. But yeah, Vallejo's always been a mainstay for me. Most of my pipe paints are Vallejo.
Yeah.
Yeah. Vallejo definitely my first choice, and it's very, very hard for me to change brands. Quite honestly.
You definitely get used to what you know.
Well, it's not just that. I was going to say availability is a huge factor because, you know, as much as I want to try things like Duncan Rhodes paint range and various other paints as well, it's, you know, can I access them here locally? And if I can, you know. I did find the Duncan Rhodes one because I messaged Duncan about that and I said, you know, do you have stockists in Japan? And he sent me to his site and he showed me that yes, there were people who stock it here, but boy, oh boy, they're about double the price of a Vallejo pot.
Oh, are they? Yeah, it makes you think. Yeah,
so they look very nice.
The Emperor Jim, he's just saying he uses Vallejo Citadel Contrast and recently AK. Just out of interest, Emperor Jim, how do you like the AK out of that? Do you find it good? Also, we've got one here saying about Nostalgia 94. I think that's these ones, isn't it?
That's it. That's the one. Yep.
I'm struggling with these. They're so transparent.
Yes, they are. Yep.
Yeah. That to me that sounds like they're very much nostalgic paints then, because the old paints
they're almost too nostalgic. If you know.
Yeah.
He's never satisfied.
If I had to paint the Howling Griffins with this, right, I'd probably tear my eyes out. It's crazy how thin they are.
Yeah.
Okay, so Sci-Fi comes up with a good question here. So he says, when I do the bases vid, so when I paint those bases, will you paint some of the tiles in different colors like the Warhammer Quest expansions?
Ah, yeah.
Now, I won't, but there is a very good chance that I will pick up a huge commission for Warhammer Quest that I may be able to do this year. I don't know yet. When that comes, then I will be doing all the bases in different colors, like reds and blues and grays and oranges and whatever color, greens and blacks or whatever they had on those tiles. I'll be matching them to the tiles, mate. So yes, you may have to wait quite a while though. That's the only thing. Whoa, he's gone. Oh, we've had the same thing with Jonny before. He's just disappeared.
Yeah.
He's just gone. He's just blacked out. Classic. Army Painter are nice too. I love the Scale 75. Yeah, I heard good things about Scale 75. I heard good things about AK Interactive paints. And there are just so many paint brands out there. I'm using the Troll Trader paints that they kindly sent to me, and they're quite good too. There's Troll Trader paints. Yeah, I recommend these. They're a British company, Troll Trader.
Yeah.
So, yeah.
See, I do want to try the Scale 75 paints. The only paints I don't like are the Army Painter ones. Like I've tried them.
Right.
I tried the older. I know because I know Army Painter have recently redone their recipe, but the Army Painter's old recipe, in my opinion, is absolute dog mess. Like they were terrible. I absolutely loathe them with a passion. I would rather use paints from the 70s and 80s than I would go anywhere near Army Painter old stuff. 100%.
Yeah.
And then new stuff. I mean, I've heard that sometimes I hear some people say they really like the Army Painter's new stuff, but I hear a lot more that they're just not. They're still not quite up to the par yet. I don't know.
Who remembers the Army Painter dip pot?
Oh, grief! Yeah.
A big pot. You just literally dip your miniature in and go. There you go. That's washed.
Yeah. My mate had that, and I've never seen anything that made me cry so much in my life. It was like that's not how you do it.
Yeah. Have you guys used Scale 75? Because I don't. Have I got any Scale 75? I've
not used Scale 75, but I do want. They're a paint range I want to give a go, but they're supposed to be like very, very matte finish.
Yeah.
They're the sort of paint I would imagine really drives your highlighting skills. You know, because like Games Workshop paints and Vallejo paint stuff like that have got quite a nice satiny finish to them. So in a way, you can use that to almost cheat code some of your painting.
Yeah.
You know, when it comes to it, because the satin finish to it, like some of the highlights are done for you naturally. Whereas with something like the Scale 75 ones, where they're so matte, I get the impression that unless you've painted those highlights on there, like they're not going to have it. Like they're very flat colours.
Yeah.
But at the same time, very, very, very pigment rich. I think so. They're quite interesting.
I'll be back in a sec, guys. Just gonna wash out this thing. I was going to swear then, but then I realised Johnny's got his kids there, so I just refrained myself. I did pretty well, actually.
Oh, don't be silly. Don't. Yeah. This is your live show, mate. Don't. You can say what you like. Anyway, he's asleep.
Oh, yeah.
So.
We got what we got here. We got Jared says, use Blood Cherub's Red as a base coat for your reds, and you will be good. What's Blood Cherub's Red? Which range is that from?
I wonder where he's talking about the nostalgia paints. Jared, is that what you're talking about? So to work these ones, use a certain base coat. Is that what you're saying? Which, yeah, to be fair, I've probably gone over like a grey base coat with something like this, and then it really doesn't work. You're right, yeah, that's what he means, yeah. So I need to sort of rethink my tactics when using this paint. So yeah, I'll try that. I'll try Cherub's Red. Is that also a nostalgia paint, or is that a What range is that one from? I assume it's probably still from Nostalgia Paints. But yeah, good shout, mate. Good shout. Give that a go. Yeah. You're snoring away, aren't you, mate?
Yeah. It's always the best, isn't it? When they're still at the age when they have a nice afternoon nap.
Yeah.
Has he reached the age yet where having the afternoon nap spells disaster for going to bed at night yet?
No, not yet.
Oh,
he
right.
sleeps well. He sleeps well at night at the moment. Yeah.
Oh,
But
right.
you're right, because that happened to the other two. When they sleep during the day, that's it. They ain't going to bed.
Yeah. Oh, yeah. There's always that lovely tightrope with kids in there.
Oh, God.
That one.
Absolutely.
I think my youngest is outside destroying the garden at the moment.
Nice one.
Oh, yeah.
Oh yeah, Jonny. Bleed and Eck. That's the one I was thinking about. Bleed and Eck.
Bleed neck. Oh, there you go. I told you the one you was saying.
Yeah, gore blimey. Gore blimey sounds like a British expression too, but must be.
Look, that's definitely Australian.
Is it?
I don't know. I'm running with
What do you
it.
think, Danny?
I'm running with it.
Danny,
Cool,
do you
blimey, I
do you
think that's an English one.
It is Gore blimey is English, isn't it?
Yeah.
Is it?
Yeah,
And
it sounds like
apparently-
English. Yeah.
Yeah, apparently that it is a Nostalgia 94 range. It's an orange colour.
Right.
Oh,
Yeah.
right.
I have to rethink my tactics when I use the Nostalgia Paints then.
Oh.
Yeah.
yeah, they sure will.
Totally. Yeah, is that crazy Australian guy? Always doesn't bloody swear.
Yeah, my son does that too now. He goes, well, I think in certain situations where he's talking to my wife about me being angry about something.
Yeah.
And he says, shit, like that kind of thing, like I would say. And when I first met my wife, when we first started living together,
Yeah.
and I would say, shit, like something like that. And she'll say, why do you say sit all the time? She can't say shit. She says sit. Why do you say sit? What's sit?
Amazing.
It's very, very cute. Yeah.
Amazing.
Oh yeah, okay. Well, the epic corn stuff that Emperor Jim's done is really nice. Not blowing smoke.
Oh yeah, I've seen that.
That looks very, very cool. Yeah. That's
the blood letters and everything else like that. Oh yeah.
Yep. Deep red. Yeah. Okay. Well, I don't think I have that paint anymore, sadly. But there was a. And this is the thing about the new Vallejo range. That's one thing I don't like about it, is they got rid of a load of colours, and they got rid of the opaque range of Vallejo green colour, which was my favourite.
Bless Gork, they didn't get rid of Goblin Green though, Josh.
Yes, they made it better. They made it even better.
So yeah, that could have
one
gone.
thing I can definitely say is good.
Rude.
Yeah.
So Josh, how did that opaque range work? Because I saw them and I could never quite figure out in my head what they were actually for. So what's it for?
They're just more opaque than the regular line, mate.
Oh, extra opaque range.
Yeah.
Yeah, it's just Danny, think of them making really good base colours.
Yeah.
Yeah, they're just extra. There's more pigment in them. Okay, so they just cover better.
But the colours are really good.
The equivalent version of that would be. Yeah.
Yeah. But the colours, Danny, were brilliant, mate. They're the best paints ever. Honestly, yeah, they're my favourite.
Yeah.
Favorite line, and they're just gone. So I'm really pissed off about that.
Because what's good with them is they're a bit thicker in the pot, because obviously they've got more pigment and stuff in it. But you water them down, and then suddenly they work just like all the other paint, any other paint that you use. And yeah, Josh is right. There's some real nice colours in that range. My favourite colour from Vallejo is Beastie Brown. Love Beastie Brown.
Right.
But it's a nice little workhorse colour because it does.
Yeah.
It does a lot of things. You can do leathers with it, woods with it, anything that's going to be sort of a mucky colour. It really works. It's a nice colour, Beastie Brown. One of my favourites. And this is a good one as well for brown base. So this is a heavy. It's an extra opaque one, which is an old version of it, but it's the heavy sienna. You got that one, Josh? That one's really nice.
I haven't. I've only got a heavy brown, mate. I haven't got heavy sienna. Right.
Yeah, that's really good. That's great for reds and base coats for things like that. That's really nice. That's nice. That's a great colour. Yeah, that opaque range is really good, and I really should buy the new range of it as well.
Well, they don't have that. That's the thing. They don't have that heavy opaque range. They don't have the opaque range in the new range.
Oh, do they not?
They don't. That's what I'm really disappointed about.
That is annoying.
Yes. So you got to treasure those. If you find them in a store, please buy them.
Yeah.
That's what I would do now. Try to hunt them down.
I tell you what, I don't like about the new range, though, Josh, is the bottles aren't as good, are they?
Oh, mate, the bottles are absolute. You kids around? Absolute shithouse. They're
awful. They're so
terrible.
They're squidgy, aren't they? They're you can't.
Yeah.
They're really weird.
Well, this is the thing. Like, you have a look at this, right? This is going to prove my point. So this is the look at the paint on the outside of that. They never used to do that, right?
Yeah. Yeah.
And paint would be. It's like a volcano. These bloody things. Look at it. It's full of it. And I've cleaned that. And paint's just everywhere. It's just oozing out of it. It's now oozing out of the nib. So
the temperature of your room must be bringing that up. Yeah. Whereas
no. It's just
they did do it on these
ones.
They
never did it on the other ones.
They had probably a better seal.
Oh bloody! I've got bloody paint on myself now. Fuck's sake. Oh shit! Got more paint on myself. Look at these fucking things. Horrible bloody pots they are.
Mini Mundus is asking, have we looked at the new tabletop quarters war lovely minis? I don't know what that is. That a new game, or I haven't seen it, so the answer for me is no. Is it are they like a models minis range, or is it a new game? Hey mate.
Why don't you have the biscuit?
Oh, well, it's going to just match all the other stains on it now, I suppose. Nothing much I can do about it.
Apparently, the Games Workshop paint designer went to Vallejo. War Games Atlantic makes the minis. Okay.
Oh, War Games. Oh, okay, right. Yeah, the War Game Atlantic minis are nice. They do some good.
Well, they're doing all the Baron's War stuff, all the Baron's War kits at War Games Atlantic.
Are they?
Yep.
I thought they did their own. I thought he did his own sculpts.
Well, they do in metal, but now they've got Andy Hobday joined War Games Atlantic because, I'm assuming because they're doing all the plastics for Baron's War as well. The Age of Chivalry, I think they're called.
Right. Okay. Okay. Yeah. No, War Games Atlantic do some nice plastics. They do some nice skeletons and stuff. If you're ever looking for like a good sort of undead sort of army that's relatively cheap, they do a really good box set for skeletons. Although they are kind of based on a bit more sort of ancient sort of style, sort of Grecian style. But they are nice. I mean, it almost harkens back to the old undead box you got with like 100 skeletons in it back in the day from GW. They do sort of something similar for sort of 20-30 quid. which you obviously can't get now from GW.
Yeah.
Yeah, so War Games Atlantic, they're a good little company then.
Yeah, they're good. Yeah, well, I don't have any of their products, but you know, I'll vouch for them if Andy Hobday works for them.
Yeah.
Right, gentlemen, I'm going to love you and leave you. I'm going to go and sort my nipper out and see about doing myself some lunch and whatnot.
Yeah, Danny, I'm going to.
Okay, Nanny.
Josh, mate, I'm going to
Yeah, me
have to
too,
jump
mate.
off as well, mate.
Yeah, no, that's a good timing for us to say good night or say good morning to everybody in the chat. And thanks both of you and to Eavy, of course, to join us. It's been a lot of fun, guys. Thank you so much for making this another memorable Splatter Natter.
Yeah, sorry about the kids, Josh.
And sorry, what's that?
I said sorry about the kids.
Oh, no problem at all, mate. It was great fun. It was good to see them. So please tell them I said hello, and we'll catch you again next time, eh? So so guys, have a good day. Enjoy yourselves. Enjoy your Saturday, and I think as soon as you get to bed. I have no idea what time it is. Probably about 11 o'clock. So everybody in the chat, take care, everybody. Have a great weekend. See you again next time. Take care. Bye-bye.
See you later, guys. Bye-bye.
Bye.